So Cleric, we busy make that statement where a lot of people don't they complain about. Don't double down on waiting in talk. Can he say he no owe anybody any apologies and no excuse over waiting a be saying talk because now in personal preference with that. Saying support Muslim ticket and saying no get any excuse for any name we be say call people or anything we happen according to the interpretation people will interpret waiting in talk as me need to speak our language. But then make we leave that one enter inside Osun State as the gisty they continue for inside Osun State. In fact, another person don't even threaten talk say if you know say you no go vote APC, no cross gutter on election day, no even bother to cross gutter for Ikire for election day because you go too blood. You get as it go be. So people gonna say, all of this on where they happen. I beg, now what would they go? I been an election with the contest. Meanwhile, this now as police finally invite the from senator where say make that comment about how say he go use do away with all the people where say be accord party members and their families. That statement he make. First of all, say yesterday as they ask him inside Channels Television, he talks say no. He means that they will kill them with votes. That's what he used to talk. Then today now for inside TVC, he talks saying AI. So people now come to wonder, should we believe it is AI or is it that now to kill them with votes? Which one will go believe here? Well, all of these and more issues, plus including everything what happen for Nigeria today. Now I bring Commander Domot. Welcome to Updated Precious. Another beautiful day to bring on an update of all the things that happen for inside our country, Nigeria. As normal, we'll go first enter inside small break. When we'll come back, we'll look at some things and what they happen for inside the papers. Then after that, I go begin talk to now, showing us some kind of videos. Then we concern the matter them. What will we talk about today? And then we'll begin take on our calls. But that one will be after the break. However, if now your first time to join us, click on the subscription button, like and share, and of course follow us like a village people. Will they come back after this break? Stay with us. Good evening, Nigerians. Welcome to Updates Precious. Another beautiful day to bring on an update of all the things that they share for inside our country, Nigeria. My name is Precious Enyi. And as usual, it always sweet my belly to bring on an update of all the things that they happen for inside our country. And make we just enter inside some of the papers, then make we see within the papers in the yarn today as it get to do with to read them when they come out from our country, Nigeria. The first stop where they are the month, and I say, okay. Death toll for inside Taraba attacks don't rise to 11. Saying 11 people so far, 9 don't die for inside the attack what happen for inside Taraba State. Meanwhile, police arrest 2 suspected kidnappers, rescue 10-year-old boy for inside Sokoto State. Kudos to our police officers. Kudos to them. They do well. People don't talk say, this one a very good one. And say this one they happen as a business. Some people they talk to some kind of things and when they happen. You get as they take the be. How I don't know what I hear of the attack where BC happened for inside I think for Makuku. Now BC will happen. That time we BC they say some people them being by. However, that one happened just the day before yesterday. Just day before yesterday. Say we hear say security incidents will happen will lead to the death of some of our security operatives them. And it can't be like saying news not to carry the thing, news carry them on the kum. Because we hear say these people then they on top of Okada, over 600 of them or about 600 of them. So they carry over 200 motorcycles. First of all, as in they come inside the community like this, for Makuku community, for inside, I think a Sakaba local government area of Kebbi stroke Zamfara, and a Kebbi state, but na Zamfara border. So they say as they come in, and so as security operatives, gallant people, then begin fire them. As insisted they don't give them hits, give them hits. These people come to like say they don't go back. Next thing they can't share themselves into 3 places. Come from 3 other places, enter in their numbers. So as I said, they carry like 200 Okadas like that. Some day 2 for Okada, some day 3 for Okada like that. Now so come here. Say plenty people now be say them quite well for inside this incident. But for some reasons, we no see most of this story make onto mainstream media. Why make onto mainstream media? Why did they talk about them? We don't know. But maybe the death of those people, them, the souls of people will be say die, especially as security operatives, make it rest in peace. And I want to make they hail these soldiers and we be say spoil the kidnap of this 10-year-old boy for inside Sokoto State. Very good job like this. This one, and also you don't refresh the mind and the ginger of our security personnel. They made them continue to do the good work we be say. Then they do. Look, we'll move on to other issues. Kill Accord members. Fadun Usi arrives Osun Police Headquarters over waiting in BC a talk. So you remember the senator we BC talk waiting a talk yesterday. We don't cause a lot of wahala. Well, I played the video of waiting in BC a talk yesterday given up. However, I also played the reaction we BC the Adeleke family react to the incident and to waiting in BC in talk. And then I also tell on and waiting him come talk too for interview. Say no, he didn't mean it that way. Oh. I even show you waiting a say the video even post concerning the incident too. So I don't know whether I go want make a refresh your mind for all of the stories again, because the story don't come get different dimension. Till now, we never know whether any charges they for on top of it here. But make I just quickly read that story to you quickly as we move on. So, Senator representing Osun East for inside National Assembly, Francis Fadanhusi, he don't arrive or he don't reach the Osun State Police Command headquarters for inside Osogbo following an invitation where BC police authorities invite him. Now he arrived at about 3:35 p.m. this afternoon. Now BC he reached Osun State police headquarters. So now they use so people come to talk say this one a good one as BC they invite them like this. But others they talk say after this invite, waiting will be the next thing, or what is supposed to be the next possible action where it will happen. Now Father will say, and the candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC for the Ifelondo Buripe Odotun for federal constituency for inside 2027 general elections, Francis Eniade, then come under fire yesterday, Tuesday, for making threats against Accord party members ahead of Saturday governorship election. For inside a video where BC Kondi go around from top of social media, Father will see Billy speak for Yoruba language when BC say any Accord member where on a see one on eyesight like this for inside the Elisha before Saturday, we're gonna finish up, we're gonna hold them, we're gonna fire. In fact, he can't talk finish because they even get family members too. We could listen to Rami.
Tí a bá tún búrò akọ́ọ̀dù kankan nílé Ṣàǹbí. Ìbò tá a máa dì í, ìbò ilé ẹ̀rìkọ́ọ̀dù mi ò yàrá sọ́ọ̀tì níbi à. Ìbàdàn aṣọ anífìlà burúkú dáńdé fìlà yẹlò fìlà jẹ́ńdìsì fìlà ẹranko ẹranko ló pààyàn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Èló ló ti rí tí APC pa. Abẹ́yẹn yín kọ́ ní gbogbo àwọn náà pa yìí. So àti dé àti wá sọ fún yín. Títí dọjọ́ ìbò tí a bá rí wọn, wọ́n pa ni o. Àwa ìlú máa wò.
Now, waiting to be say talk like that, we cost that plenty reaction. Now, make I show you some of the reaction where BC trail the thing where BC talk and we make the matter on the cost wahala this. And in fact, immediately as he talked that one, people come to repost them, and including David Adeleke will be the family member of the Adelekes or one of the Adelekes. He post them for his social media. Say, I see a sitting senator. This now waiting to say is sitting senator talk. And he talk this one for inside the sovereign state. Siam, as David post them from Siam. Hey, that's what you use post them. Make it no be saying I make go read them. Give on we're gonna see waiting to be say talk. And as he take talk so he talk he say this was a statement made by let's see how he said it. He said yes, that this was a statement by Senator Father Hussein now on video. He said translation, from now on, whenever you see your card members, by them, I authorize you to do that. They have wives and children too. This is a federal government election. On election day, even if they come with voters card, we won't allow them to vote. Senator Father will say he can't talk the constituency where BC he represent for inside the state. However, himself can't talk as he tweets this one, and later he can't put up another tweet where he can't talk say he tagged Donald Trump, he tagged different people, so made them constantly waiting that happen for Nigeria. I mean, was waiting happen the video, waiting concern Donald Trump for waiting tag like this. What's it happen? When general election day, we see you talk anything. You don't reach now, you don't the tag. However, him can admit, see, even that's in tag, when he tag said he don't get traction because see people don't the call him. See, in fact, 4 embassies respond to
Nigeria as well as America. Because just to bring awareness to the election this weekend, you know what I'm saying? I didn't reach out to him for him to fly with the Air Force One to come to Osun. But I reached out to him to, you know, bring awareness. And funny enough, like 4 embassies have reached out to us already, including the American embassy. You were there, you saw it.
Yeah, damn.
I'm having dinner this evening with somebody from the White House as well. So, we good. Anyway, I was in Osun campaigning. It was before.
Well, David Adeleke don't give update on that matter. Talk say in complaint, say he don't reach the right quarters. Them say he don't get calls from the right quarters. And of course, in uncle will be the governor of the state also put out a statement where he complain about the activities or the said threats for inside the state, and also calling. In fact, he had the press conference. Make I just play a little excerpt of that press conference.
We have credible reports that a police signal has arrived in Osun directing immediate arrest of Accord party leaders. We also know the directive includes that they should be taken to Abuja immediately and should not be released until Monday. I have spoken to the Inspector General of Police about the reported directive to arrest Accord party leaders. But I am appealing to him that this, if this development is, if it is true, it is illegal and present Nigeria as a lawless country. The second issue has to do with the viral video of a service senator, Francis Fadamsi, who today called for the killing of Accord party leaders and their families. In the video, the senator even threatened that where they cannot get Accord party leaders, they should kill their wives and children.
We are here to
register so
our
you don't hear
protest
him as
APC member.
But updates to that conversation, and when EBC, the senator himself can't come out, come begin talk yesterday with Sheikh Jingir, you just say no. Say no, be waiting.
Yeah, this was the background. Just a moment, sir. This was the background for you saying that you and your group will retaliate because you believe that some of these people have been killing your own people, and that's why you say you don't want to see any Accord party member, they should be killed.
Wait, today, last night to today, we have recorded more than 11 dead people. Several were wounded by this same group. And they are all members of my community, and they are all members of my party. If they are not members of my party, they are all my constituents. How will now, Senator Francis Fadamsi, how will I open my eyes? I'll be complaining to police. They have been releasing them on bail. They have been releasing them by high court. And the criminals have been released, and they are calling them their children. You don't want me to talk. Today, I had to lead my people to the palace. When we got to the palace, the other was not there. We met the junior one. We called the senior one that enough is enough. I cannot sit down that a governor starts terrorizing my community. Enough should be enough.
But Senator, is that a basis for you saying you will retaliate? Because you are a lawmaker, and there are those who will say, that sounds like the words of a lawbreaker. How would you say retaliate? How would you say people should be killed? And this is you telling people to take laws into their hands.
But if you listen to me very well, I didn't say it in English. So you cannot interpret all this in English. I told them, this show that they are weak. This show that they cannot win. They should shut them down by their vote. They should kill them by their vote. So anybody that is interpreting in the tip-top here and there, that is his business.
But we just played the video, Senator. We played the video.
Did you understand the Yoruba I say?
Yeah, I'm a Yoruba. I speak Yoruba fluently. I've read the news in Yoruba. I write Yoruba fluently with all of the marks. And what you said, and we can play it again, Senator, except if you say that you made a mistake in what you said, and if you say that that is exactly not what you said, but that is what we heard you say in that videotape. Was it that you made an error of judgment or error in your speech, Senator?
Look at the body of my statement. It was up to 30 minutes. What you have already brought out is an edited. So I don't belong to all those people that be arguing with you. Anybody who says his children should be killed, let him wait and be looking at them until he himself is eradicated from the something. I have made my point. The stops will be killing. We have reported to the Oba and his chief, and I've told my people they should go ahead and do their listening. They are discouraging them from this. The man talking in Ede, all his family and everybody, they are all there. Nobody has been killed in Ede.
Let's leave it
Why
there.
are you terrorizing
I just needed to take your mind back to the entire conversation so that you can understand. However,
yeah,
the
this
same
was
senator,
the background. Just a moment, this was the background for you
this
saying
same senator
that
you
and your group
say they should kill them, that they should kill them with votes instead. Here now, we're seeing a talk today now. I think so. I hope that it's today on TVC. Take a listen.
What was sent to you by Davido and their group and their this thing is an AI something.
In that video, you were...
Did you hear it? Say that AI. From saying that, did you watch the video? Did you hear what he said? And Shehu said he writes and reads Yoruba language, including with the accent and all that. So he talks, everything in talk, and say me they kill the people with their votes, right? Good. This same one, and I don't talk, say na AI may be saved you.
What was sent to you by Davido and their group and their this thing is an AI something.
In that video, you were speaking after people had been killed.
I can hear you now.
In Elisha, and you appear to say that if Accord members were seen in the area before election day, it is killing. So what exactly did you mean by if we see them, it is killing? And can you explain why a reasonable listener should interpret that as a reference to votes rather than physical violence?
I spoke in Yoruba, and unfortunately many of you did not understand the parables in Yoruba. I told them we started the story from February 2025, local government elections. 4 of my people were killed. YCC had bullet wounds on their bodies. Till today, nobody was arrested. And the same government was running up and down, dancing. In April 2025, there was another massive killing of 4 people, including another. There was this serial killer called Solomon Adefioye, called Solo Iwara. That one has been killing on the pretext of courtesan. He was an eye. He would go to town, would shoot a lot of people, like 10, see the bodies up and down, would run to Iwara bush. Then later he was admitted into the government state house. Nobody arrested him.
Allow me to butt in for a minute. It's important that we state clearly on this program that there are many allegations you are making that we cannot independently substantiate. I would like us to focus on your video that has gone viral and give you the opportunity to explain to Osun people what you meant. Because if you say you meant defeating Accord at the polls, the question tonight is, do you accept that given the tension in Elisha, those words could have been interpreted by your supporters as a call for reprisal? Can you please address that tonight?
It's not now. The reprisal is during voting. What I said, after killing 12 people alone today, by these same people, by this Solo Iwara, masterminded by all these people I'm mentioning. You people don't know what is the value of children. When you people die, it is with parents that we are weeping. I am a father, and I have my own child. Demola has his own children here, in either here and there, being covered by security. Anybody who loses his child will know the pains. When I got to the Oba's palace today, I led my people there to protest to the Oba. That last night we lost 3. Through this solo, early this morning they have killed and they ran into the bush. No single arrest was made. Right. Within 2 years.
Senator.
Nobody killed. As soon as they killed them, they were on to cover under
Senator,
the security of the State House.
Just let me get your thoughts on this as well, because of the time on the news. Governor Adeleke is now calling for your arrest. He says he's spoken to the Inspector General of Police about the viral video. Do you agree your choice of words was insensitive and it deserves police investigation, given the ton of events in the build-up to this election?
Something, what was sent to you by Davido and their group and their this thing is an AI something. So that's what I've said as the senator of the people that is in pain. So that's my own.
All right. Good place to leave it. Senator Francis Fadown says the senator representing Osun East Senatorial District in Osun State. Thank you for your time.
Okay, so just to let you know that after interrogation by the police, upon invitation to the police, when I show you saying bingo, answer the police, he insists say the video na AI. This according to reports by that it was edited and misinterpreted, or to misinterpret him. So say no be exactly what's in he talk now. What's in we say he talk with that. And people are saying that he'll be released, right? And he'll be let perhaps to carry out the threat, right? If indeed these were threats by him. And what happens after next? Is it that if somebody belongs to a particular political party, they cannot face the law and they cannot be held responsible for their actions and statements? But if you're otherwise, then you must be held responsible for your actions and statements. Well, that now waiting to say a lot of people don't talk across the streets of social media. As people, they complain and lament on this particular conversation. But let's move on very quickly to other issues. Osun election, INEC adds SDP candidates, Ajala on ballots. Osun election, ADC raises alarm over alleged plot to arrest Aregbesola. They say, Mekona combo, they want to arrest Aregbesola. Oh, waiting he do. Oh, by the way, Aregbesola was in high spirits today when he say he lead in party to campaign today for inside the so it was something else today as he lead in party to campaign today, and it was all jolly and merry. And people come to talk say, why you can't be say they won't call arrest and now we say it do. Well, Osun State people they talk say they are fears because of rumors. We then here say they feel likely arrest Oga Aregbesola. Now, that now in ADC they talk. Now, this was of course contained in the statement that the party's National Publicity Secretary Bolaji Abdullahi made today, Wednesday. Abdullahi said, given the pattern of intimidation, harassment, and misuse of state institutions that has increasingly characterized the conduct of the current administration towards the opposition, the party cannot afford to dismiss the reports as they hear and say they want to arrest them. So he added that if any security agency has a lawful reason to invite the ADC chieftain, there were established procedures to doing so. He said so. So he said, we received a credible report of plans to arrest our National Secretary, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, in days leading to the Osun State election. An arrest on the eve of an election in which his party is participating would invite only one reasonable conclusion, that the purpose is to prevent him from leading and coordinating the party's election activities. So they say we therefore put the federal government and the security agencies on notice. The eyes of Nigerians are on Osun State. Whatever happens before, during, and after Saturday's election will be judged not by the explanations offered towards, but by the actions taken now. That's what say talk. And they said the APC federal government must be wary of doing anything that could plunge Osun State into needless crisis. Nigeria is still a democracy, and the government would do well to remember that before Saturday. May they remember that one. So People don't talk, say, what's going on? Why the arrest? Why the intimidation? Well, moving on. Oshunguba APC chieftain urges peaceful engagement ahead of the poll, and then suspend Fadan Usi immediately. Ex-APC deputy speaker tells Senate. We're gonna suspend them. Which one are they wait for now? If now Natasha now I go suspend them. Oh yeah, I wanna suspend them. That's what an APC member is saying. And then somebody now says that Tinubu is citizen of Osun State, and that that is why APC would take over Osun State. That's what Joe Ibukwe said, by the way. So the reason APC will win Osun State is because Tinubu is a citizen of Osun State. Tinubu signs tax remission presidential order for Nigeria's deep offshore oil projects. And then NCC derives over 5,000 fiber cuts in 6 months, urges protection during road constructions. Meanwhile, Ogbomoso indigenes petition Makinde over alleged allocation of farm settlement to developers. And then Nigeria Immigration Service deepening a partnership with Ogun Pilgrims ahead of Pilgrim Board ahead of 2027 Hajj. National Security Advisor, Minister of Defense, others storm US over insecurity in Nigeria. So as I speak to you right now, your National Security Advisor, Oganuhu Ribadu, the Minister of Defense, Christopher Musa, in the United States of America, over what's they happen for insecurity for Nigeria. Meanwhile, Nigeria government sets up court to tackle fraud and advertising offenses. And then Fubara not at loggerheads with State Assembly, Rivers government, and then they talk this one. Because then talk, say Fubara give the lawmakers 2 billion naira. I don't know the kind of money where they reverse it, they give people that amount. That's according to a particular lawyer. So you give them 2 billion naira so that they go pass the 2026 appropriation. And after they collect the money, they never did anywhere yet. Asubene University chapter begins strike over unpaid salaries. Death toll in Taraba attacks rises to 11. Okay, I wanted to say this, but let's leave this for another issue, another day. So moving on to other issues, Osun election accord alleges 29 deaths, 6 EU intervention. Osun APC Senator Father Musi honors police invitation over kill accord members' comments. I think I told you this already. Yes, Osun election ADC raises alarm over alleged plot to arrest Eric Beshola. I told you this already. And then moving into other issues, 41 unipods to drive Nigeria's knowledge economy, says Alausa, your Minister for Education. NHRC asks Senate to suspend Father Musi over inciting comment on Osun State. And you may be wondering, that's Nigerian Human Rights Commission that they say me come what Father Musi because of that kind of thing we be say he talk. Let's see, countries with which deported Nigerians over failed asylum claims criminal convictions. Well, let's leave this and jump in right to other issues. So still moving on, P2B blast Akpabio-led Senate over legalization or decriminalization of forgery as electoral offense to assist whoever it is. And then Osun decides those who won't vote for APC candidate should not cross the gutter in Ikire. Osun APC chieftain threatens opposition supporters after Father Musi's death threat against Accord members. So this one, another person again entirely. So an All Progressives Congress APC chieftain in Osun State, Mutali Adisa, has sparked fresh concerns ahead of Saturday's governorship election after warning residents who will not vote for the party's candidates, Muniruddin Bola Oyebamije, against crossing the gutter in Ikire on election day. So maybe they not try to cross gutter that day. It's more like if you do anyhow, you will see anyhow. Say, we are sure of victory given all the works we have done in the campaign. Then why can't they say make opposition no cross gutter? If you're sure of victory, why will you not let any other person vote? Are you sure of victory only when it be seen only on a vote? That's a question everybody ask. Well, I say Ambo is sure of victory. What he needs is percentage in Ikire. He has won already. Adisa, now they talk this one. The person named now Adisa. So, of course, the remark don't spark reaction again. People don't talk. Say, hope on they see what's in they happen, no, on they see more. Not be say go happen tomorrow. Now, go come talk say no, it was a mistake. Maybe it was a slip of teeth. He didn't say it deliberately. I hope you guys can see what's going on right now. And they see what's in they happen right now. Abi? All right. So moving on to other issues. You left Edo's terrible roads and went to Osun to call Adeleke dancing governor. Edo citizens blast their governor, Ogamondi Okpobelo, waiting concern. Meanwhile, P2B mate Obasanjo Jonathan warns of Nigeria's democratic collapse. I think we discussed it already yesterday. Amnesty International knocks Osun APC senator and, of course, seeks his prosecution. But let's move on to other issues very quickly. So moving on, extremist Sheikh Jingir insists on Muslim ticket, says he won't withdraw inciting statement against Nigerians generally, against Christians. So he talk today for another interview for a video where they make the round and what they talk say now a more recent video from the Sunday's event where we say he used talk the previous one. So you talk and can talk say he no owe anybody any apologies or any explanation for waiting in BC he talk. Now the controversial Northern Islamic cleric Sheikh Yahaya Jingir has insisted that he stands by his comments advocating support for Muslim political tickets, saying he has no reason to withdraw his position despite criticism from politicians and of course across board, including organizations and members of the public generally. Now, Jingiri has called on Muslims in Kano State, or had called on Muslims in Kano State, to ensure that they support the Muslim ticket, and that is because the Muslims are more in number than Nigeria, than Christians and pagans, the Jews, ahead of the 2027 elections. So the cleric reiterated his position while speaking in Hausa during an interview with a journalist who questioned him about the backlash that followed his comments. When asked whether he regretted making the statement or felt he should withdraw them, Jingiri rejected the question and said he remained firmly committed to his position. That is, so waiting in talk, carry water for mouth. He talk him well. Now he said, may Allah protect me. I stand by what I said. When someone came to interview me, I told him that what you heard was exactly what I meant. I stand by it and I have no reason to withdraw my words. Now waiting the Sheikh talk. Now, this now people don't they call across board say make it be say they arrest them because of this kind of thing we be say he talk. It's a very insightful thing, including some Christian clerics them. Then they talk about how insightful the statement we make they and how it is very insensitive, especially considering our religious diversity for inside Nigeria. And then he added that he prayed to remain alive and die holding the same religious conviction. That is say, whether in their life or in die, same person when in they die, in go see they think the same thing. Say Muslim them plenty past Christians for Nigeria. And he won't make Muslims and take over the country. The infidels. So saying hold the same conviction. He said, I pray to Allah to keep me alive in that conviction. May I die as a believer or as a believing Muslim, bearing witness that there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah, and that Prophet Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. He said so. Therefore, there will be no withdrawal, God willing. He says so. Say no go feel withdraw within the BC talk. Now, the journalist subsequently asked Jingiri to confirm whether he was categorically refusing to withdraw his statement. He said, he said, he asked him, you are not withdrawing your statement for inside the interview. Say, Jingiri responded emphatically and said, Muslim, you need to go anywhere. Now, Jingiri said he had accepted the criticism directed at him and was prepared to endure whatever consequences came with expressing his position. He also invoked the example of Islamic scholars and the Prophet Muhammad, saying those who followed them were expected to demonstrate patience and to face criticism and insults. But he says, we want to follow in the footsteps of the Prophet. We know the kind of insults those who opposed Islam hurled at the Prophet Muhammad and how he endured them, he said. Now, he added that he would continue to exercise patience and would not engage in argument with those who criticize him. So Jingir's remarks, of course, come amid continuing political debates in Nigeria over religious balancing and in political contest and the acceptability of Muslim political tickets. His earlier appeal to Muslims in Kano support such tickets and obtain the PVCs had attracted criticism from sections of course, across board in Nigeria. Among those referred to as, of course, infidels, because of the words he used, would be perhaps every other person who is an unbeliever, in quote. Now, make I just play within in talk so that you hear it from him directly and you do not say that it is me you heard it from. Take a listen to him.
Wannan daga yin kalaman nan a Kano na sake jaddadawa musulun din nan. Mutane da dama sun fito suna ta sukanka da 'yan siyasa da kungiyoyi da sauran suna ta sukanka. Ya kake ji da wannan suka?
A sukan nan dama ai na riga na saya na biya. Tunda Annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya ce al-ulama'u warasatul anbiya. Malamai magada annaba ne. To mu ma almajiran mu wannan makaman muke so mu ga mun gaji annabawa. To mun san irin zagin da wa'anda ba sa son musulunci suka wa Annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya jure, suka yi wa malaman musulunci suka jure. To fatashabbahu in lam takunu mithlahu. To mu da muka zo daga baya mu kakkamanta, ko da yake ba wai iya za mu kamanta su ba, shi yasa na rungumi haƙuri, ni ba na ta maganan mai zagi, ni dai ya zama gaskiya na faɗa ciki da bai ya fahimta ta kenan, ta haka ko ƙyarar ban damun da wayannan ba.
Amma malam kana jin kamar kayi nadama a wani lokuta haka ka ji kamar ka janye wannan kalamai?
Allah ya tsare ni, ainihin nanatawa ne, ta zama yi hira da ni na ce wannan abin da kuka ji fa manufa ta kenan, kuma a kai nake ba na ladama, kuma a kai nake roƙon Allah ya raya ni ina musulmi mai imani ya karɓi rayuwata, ina mai shaidawa la ilaha illallah muhammadu rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ina musulmi masu imani, ya sa kabarin mu ya zama dausayi daga dausayin aljan. Ranar tashar kiyama Allah ya tashi ni musulmi mai imani ya mana rahama da jin kai, da haka ba ranar fasawa in Allah ya.
Fasa ne kenan? Ba ranar fasa ne.
In kira kan musulunci Muslim.
All right, so you hear Wilson Ebise talk when they ask him, say, the withdrawing words and all that, but he said quite a lot of other stuff. I don't know if it's the same place, but listen to what he had to say again.
Ai ta cewa Muslim ɗina ba Ahmad Bala Tinubu ce. Muslim ɗina ba Kashim Shatima ba ne. Amma wanda ya yarda da Muslim ina ce masa ka je ka duba alƙur'ani hadisi, ka bi abin nan da alƙur'ani ya faɗa na yawan musulmi da wanda ba musulmi ba adalci. Saboda haka tawa muslim ga musulmi ne mai adalci, kuma wa'yansu sun iya dama da su muslim sun ce su ba za su yi wannan ba. To shi kuma Ahmad Bola Tinubu ya yarda da wannan, ni kuma ba a ɗora min binciken zuciya ba, zahiri aka ɗora min, da haka na yarda da su. Ina da daman in faɗa abin da shi nake gani. Ɗaya kenan. Na biyu, wato al-muslimu akul muslim ɗin nan da annabi ya faɗa, to aƙida ta nuna min gaskiya musulmi ya yarda da musulmi, wannan shi.
Ina Akramakallah, da yadda kai kira kan azali da matsayin ka na jagora kuma jagoran al'umma musamman a musulunci. Wasu na ganin cewa akwai matsalolin da dama wanda suke faruwa a ƙasar. Me zai hana mai da hankali wajen kira da shugabannin domin su gyara sannan a dawo har a kira da sauran mutane su zaɓe su kuka wuce da wannan shi.
To, da ni da kai wato ya kamata mu fito mu yi wa mutane bayani. A ganina ko 'yan jarida kuna buƙatar sauraron al'ummar da kuke wa magana. Mu ma masu wa'azi muna buƙatar al'umma su saurari bayanan da muke magana. To ni dinnan na yi kira ga dukkan 'yan siyasan nan mu ɗauko gwanina da na ci kiransa gwanina Buhari, na ba shi shawarwari game da abubuwa daban-daban.
All right, so we can go on and on with that, but with sincere apologies, we could just stop on here, continue. However, reactions on the trail, all of this conversation and the things in when you talk with Nigerians commenting across social media, and some, of course, Christian clerics also talking about it. I tell you what maybe say Oga Isa El Buba talk, and I think somebody else, Christian cleric in Enugu State, had also spoken about it, explaining exactly how bad the entire idea. I think that's the Anglican Archbishop Emeritus of Enugu Ecclesiastic Province and the former Bishop of Enugu Diocese, Most Reverend Professor Emmanuel Chukuma. He said quite a lot on Afia TV concerning this. You should go look that interview up. I can't play all of it here, and I can't even play the excerpts because of rights concerns. So you can go watch out what he said. However, whilst Nigerians react on social media, former Nollywood actor had this to say about the same conversation. Take a listen.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing great today. So I have a few things I want to get off my chest regarding this Islamic cleric from Kano, Jingir, who literally insulted over 140 million Christians in Nigeria, and nothing is done about it, right? As we speak, we are approaching the 72nd hour from when he said those things that he said that were extremely provocative, okay, and highly inflammatory. And what I know about Nigeria, if this was done by a Christian, by now, whoever the person is would have been invited by the authorities. They would have questioned or probably even punished that person. This man is still walking around free, and not only that he's still walking around free, the man literally just granted an interview saying that he stands solidly by whatever he said on the grounds of that campaign where they were campaigning for the current president of Nigeria, where he literally said that Christians are infidels. Openly. Christians are infidels, and said anybody who didn't like the Muslim ticket should basically go and kill themselves if they want to. Just me paraphrasing. He said they should get out of Nigeria because Nigeria belongs to Muslims, and no one is inviting this guy, and he still has the audacity to say he stands by what he said. And what do we get from our Christian leaders? It is complaint, it is statement, condemnation. You see, the reason Jingir was able to do what he did and stands by it is because he was very sure that the Christian community in Nigeria would never lift a finger. They will not even as much as protest this insanity. This is why he's doing what he's doing. Because Nigeria is the kind of nation that if you don't take action on anything, in fact, the human nature abhors things like what we do today as Christians in Nigeria, where every time something happens, we turn the other cheek. The human nature abhors that. And every time you make that happen, you are literally festering your own destruction. You are incubating your own destruction. If a child is growing up and messing around and misbehaving and always doing things wrong, and the mother keeps giving the child a slap on the wrist and not really taking up the rod to spank this child and let the child know that going that direction is not good, that child will turn out probably an armed robber, turn out something that no parent will be proud of. This is what Nigerian Christians are doing. In the first place, why are we allowing the president of Nigeria to fly a Muslim ticket? Now, if you are not the president of Nigeria and you want to have a triple Muslim ticket in your party, that's up to you. You are in your right to do that. But our foolishness, and I'm sorry to say, has allowed us to permit President Tinubu in this disregard for the federal character principle, and he went through election, very contested election, that everybody complained about the rigging, and many people believed that he didn't win the election, and he still went through that election with a Muslim ticket. And he is today the president of Nigeria. As the president of Nigeria, he has no right to continue to insult Christians in this manner and still be allowed to go to elections with that Muslim ticket. That's why Jingir came out to tell you that if you don't like our Muslim ticket, you can go to hell. And by extension, he told you Muslim ticket is a sign to show you that you guys who claim you are more than us all the time, it now shows you that, yeah, we have conquered you, we are more than you. So basically, the Muslim ticket is a psychological warfare waged against you, the Christian. And in the eyes of the international community, the Muslim ticket, Jingir just told you, means that you have more Muslims in Nigeria than Christians. It means that Nigeria has essentially become a Muslim nation, and you are still there making statements condemning what Jingir said. What Jingir said and did does not require condemnation. It requires action. It requires action, visible action. This is why I said, let us immediately tell the whole body of Christ in Nigeria, do not go to elections if the current president of Nigeria will not take into cognizance the vast majority of Christians in Nigeria who should be represented at the executive arm of the government. You are not representing them. This is a decades-old principle that even Muslim leaders have always held on to. When you have a Muslim president, the vice president should be a Christian. If you have a Christian president, the vice president should be a Muslim. So we can have a balance. It is commonsensical. You don't need any rocket science to understand this. Tinubu is violating it. We allowed it. And now they are telling you why they flew the Muslim ticket. Even as they are telling you to your face that it simply means that Muslims are more in number and that you have now been conquered, that you are now living in a Muslim nation. Even as they are saying that to you, you guys are still making statements. Where are the leaders of the Christian churches in Nigeria? Who told you that the best way to deal with this is by making a statement to condemn? If it was a Christian who did this, do you think the Muslims will be sitting down making statements in the media and condemning? They would have flooded the whole streets. Even if you don't do exactly the way the Muslims do, let there be a visible action by the church to say enough is enough. We can't take this anymore. What level of cowardice is this? This is not what the Bible says about Christianity. The scripture says, from the days of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God suffereth violence. Only the violent will take it by force. If you must be a Christian, take it by force. If you must be a Christian, you must understand there is a violent element and aspect to Christianity. We have completely subdued it with the kind of messages we preach today. And so we are ending up raising sheep and chickens rather than lions and lionesses. This is unfortunate. We can't continue like this. If you allow this to go, you see how they told you that you can't preach in the bus, and all these preachers started coming out to say, yeah, you are going to jail all of us. That is speaking from a place of utter weakness. When they come back, when President Tinubu returns, if he returns, you are going to see how swiftly they will make the laws overnight. The rubber stamp Senate and legislature will rubber stamp everything. You will wake up one day and realize that even to speak about certain things in your own church from your pulpit, it is not going to be possible. It's going to be criminalized. They slapped you on the cheek, you turned the other cheek. They gave you a punch there, you turned again. They used their leg to smack you, you turned again. How long will you turn your cheek? The body of Christ need to rise up. If it is the Catholics who are going to lead this church, please let the Catholics lead. All of us will follow. Action is needed. If the other ones are going to become too tribalistic that they will blind their conscience, that they will placate themselves from the reality of what Christians are going through. Do you know what Jingir did has simply just inspired the killers who are killing Christians every day? He has just indirectly sent a message to the killers to say, look, go on. What you're doing is the work of your God. And we are keeping quiet. Take action. Refuse to go to elections and let something be done about this. Otherwise, you don't have any Christianity in Nigeria in the next few years.
I agree with that. I do not agree with refusing to go for elections. That is not an option. I totally do not agree with that. So you cannot boycott an election and think that that is protest. As a matter of fact, once they can get one candidate, one participant that is a Christian, the election is complete. You go back to your crying beds and keep waiting. So that's not an option. However, I'd like to take your thoughts and reactions on this conversation. And it is so sad that this is how bad things are now in Nigeria and how bad it is that we're now discussing issues like this. Oh, did I tell you that the Sultan of Sokoto also spoke about issues around tolerance in our country recently? Take a listen to him.
I would like to thank Jibu's National Chairman, Balala, for thinking out of the box for this conference, and thank the World Muslim League also for partnering with us. We believe this is a correct way to go. No number of conferences or meetings or summits are too many in the country of Nigeria we have now. The more we come together and discuss our issues, our problems, our solutions, the better we become. I've said it so many times, we don't lack the number of, situations, we don't lack solutions to our problems. What we lack is implementation. How to implement whatever we agreed to do. It's not the number of clerics that abuse government or praise government that matter. You have clerics that insult government and say that are not right or they are very bad. You have some clerics that praise government that you know is not true. So for us, when we meet together, it's for us to talk to one another. Let's find out the common ground where we believe our religions teach us. Now, I want to thank the NAREC Secretary because we have come together as Christians and Muslims to talk to one another. And not just in Nigeria, across the world. And I think it's important for us to know why we created NAREC. The Christians and Muslims created NAREC, not government. And we are talking to one another. Those who are not in NAREC or who don't believe in NAREC should try and see what NAREC stands for and work for the good of the humanity. And we all know how we are created by Almighty Allah. We came into this world as mere human beings. And we go back with nothing that we all amass in this world. No matter what you have in this world, you are going back with nothing, back to your Creator. So I would like to thank the World Muslim League for partnering with Jibwis to host this international conference. It's international in the sense that everybody is being invited to take part. Muslims, Christians, atheists, various tribes in Nigeria, they're all allowed to come in and take part in this conference so that we find a common solution to our numerous problems in this country. We are part of the world that is facing so many problems. We are not immune to having problems in this country. We are not immune. There are so many countries that are worse than us. But you know, we say charity begins at home. We have to think of ourselves first before we think of others. When we believe that we have problems here, there is no problem that is beyond finding solutions if we are committed and we are honest with ourselves. We must be honest in the sense that Christians should stop insulting Muslims, Muslims should stop insulting Christians. And that's how we live in peace. As the APC chairman rightly said, when we were all growing up, we didn't know anything about somebody being superior to the other. Because we know as Muslims, we are not superior to anybody. We are all created equal by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The best amongst us is he who is most pious. So let's use our piety to determine what we are. And in using our piety, we have to now think of how do we live with our neighbors. And you don't create your neighbor. God created you, Allah created your neighbor for you. So whoever is your neighbor, you know what is required of you to do for your neighbor. And we have seen that when we are growing up, we have practiced it, and we believe it could be.
All right, you don't hear what's in Sultan of Sokoto talk. What's your take on what he said? What's your thought about it? The fact that he said that we're all created equal by Allah and nobody is superior to another, which of course we all know. But I really would love to take your thoughts and reactions on what he said in this conversation. I'll be opening phone line shortly so that I'm not jumping inside the conversation. The link is already posted on the comment section. So please follow the link for inside the comment section. And of course, or you call the WhatsApp number so that you can participate and join the conversation. So make we move on to other things. So we see that I have a lot more I would love to say about this, but I think it's best to let it sleep. 2027, drop your greed this time and join movement to save Nigeria. Nigerians tell Atiku Abubakar as oppositions, ready for new alliance to unseat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, Pastor Adebayo has not been speaking about happenings in Nigeria because Remi Tinubu gives him money. Anglican Archbishop Emeritus of Enugu, Professor Chukwuma, said so. And Nigeria lacks fiscal honesty, fails to properly disclose revenues, expenditures. Trump's administration says Tinubu's government failed transparency test. We know they're transparent. Kilo day. Okay. We hear that National Assembly hides 9.8 billion naira buses, other disputed projects for traditional rulers in Enugu colleges 2026 padded budget. So a good budget about Enugu College, and they put some kind of money then inside. Meanwhile, 2026, the video sends fears to APC camp following revelation that 4 foreign embassies, including US, contacted him after reporting plots to rig Osun poll to Trump. And then, woe on to APC and others for making Nigeria the only country in the world to remove forgery as an electoral offense. Henry Shield, now they talk this one. And this is when Henry Shield talk. He talk with so much might. So political commentator Henry Shield don't condemn the removal of certificate forgery as a ground for challenging the electoral or election results under Nigeria's 2026 Electoral Act as amended. He talks, say, for among all the countries inside the world, say na Nigeria, now if he talks, say, would they legalize forgery? Say, shame on us, woe unto us for that kind of thing. Say that kind one no good. Making excuses for unverified certificates is planting poison in the soul of society. Meanwhile, Imo APC government forges judgment. That is, government forges judgment and certified true copy delivered by Justice Mwaboso to favor Hope Uzodinma after initial ruling went against him. State High Court nullifies that. That's what we're here. Well, all of these and more issues now ABC Day in the News, and I'd like to begin to welcome you into the studio to join the conversation. I could see whether I get more things ready for Inside the News. We'll one say. So Tinubu's alleged coup plotters and detainees kept in an unhealthy facility. Courts martial president admits, then seeks greater access for lawyers and families. And then alleged coup plotters, Tinubu military court wants defense lawyers against weaponizing right to protest. Osun must not go up in flames over governorship election. NBA, Nigerian Bar Association, and the Osun election group wants Tinubu APC against imposing Oyebamiji through violence and intimidation. And then Senator Fadahunsi leaves police CID after questioning. Immediately, then question and finish, he leave. Meanwhile, Atiku tackles Tinubu over certificates discrepancies. Says one standard for those in power, another standard for the rest of the Nigerians. Those in power, their standard, they're different from the rest of the Nigerians. You see, all right now. And then let's see what we have here. Father says is politics of point and kill. Okay, let's see again. Osun election, Hashim warns Senator Father will say others inciting violence could face trial at Hague. That is, if Nigerian government no great trial now, will carry on and go international criminal court. Since it be say Nigerian government the close eye for the bad men and the bad things we be say when they do. All right, so phone lines are open, Nigerians. Click on the link on the pin post and to bring you straight into the studio to join the conversation. Now, you remember the people will be set them free for Kwara State, that's the war incident. Well, here are some of the things which some of the survivors talk. One of the survivors talk about how they think their ordeal, narrate their ordeal there.
I'm part of the people that were rescued from the whole, like he said, he has really explained most of how it happened. It was really a terrible experience. But then because of my knowledge of Hausa, I was actually the interpreter. They turned me to the interpreter. If they say what they want to say in Hausa, I will interpret it to my own people and then give them feedback in Hausa. So they told me, tell this person 50 million, tell this person 100 million, tell this person 70 million. That was how they were sharing it. So I'll tell them, okay, this is what they said, this is the amount they said you should bring. Even when I tried to plead, because even me, they said 70 million. So even when I tried to plead and ask them to reduce it a little, they threatened to beat me up because they were beating people and all that. But luckily I wasn't beaten, maybe because I was the interpreter, I don't know. So I was just giving them the feedback. So they took all our phones, switched them off, and kept them with them. So when they want us to speak to our people, they'll give us back the phones and they'll tell you, you call your people, call. If they don't bring it, and at some point they were even threatening that if we were not able to provide the money, to just sell us to ritualists and all that. So, but thank God that we were rescued and it went well. And luckily, we were able to get back our phones because when the gunshots started and the operatives came to rescue us, they dropped everything they collected and ran away because they packed everything in one bag, packed all our phones in one bag, all the laptops in one bag. So while running, they just dropped everything down. We were able to get back our phones. We were able to also get back the laptops. Thank God. And we are now safe. So my name is Ngozi Steven.
Okay, so that's it. That nice BC then narrate written in BC, then go through there. Now, here is a video of a northerner speaking about the mass wedding where BC their governors then they conduct inside northern Nigeria. I really like you to take a listen to this while I take a reaction after this.
I'll probably get cancelled for making this video, but I'll still make it anyway. You see, northern governors sponsoring mass weddings with billions of public funds might be the most backward activity and use of public funds I've ever seen in my life. But this didn't start yesterday. So let's retrace a little. Let's go back to 2012. Now, in 2012, The then Kano State Governor, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, started what would become the most expensive and persistent social program in northern Nigeria's recent history. He married off roughly 100 couples in the first batch. Government covered the dowry, furnitures, kitchenware, and startup capital for the brides. The framing was simple: reduce poverty, promote family stability, and fight social vices. Nigerians clapped, the North celebrated, and a template was born. Then Abdullahi Ganduje took over Kano. He continued it. Then Abba Kabir Yusuf took over from Ganduje. He didn't stop it either. In fact, he expanded it. 3 consecutive Kano governors, different parties, different political backgrounds, same program. By 2023, they were marrying off 1,800 couples in a single event. By 2024, that number jumped over 3,600 couples in one batch. And in 2026, Governor Yusuf allocated 1.5 billion naira, 1,500 million naira for 1,500 couples under the Aurengata program. Each couple receiving roughly 1 million naira in packages, furnitures, food items, dowry, and 100,000 naira for the bride. Now, if you add up the couples married across all these batches, in Kano alone since 2012, we are conservatively talking about tens of thousands of government-sponsored marriages, billions of naira spent over more than a decade. And Kano wasn't alone. Kebbi State under Governor Nasir Idris spent 21 million naira on 300 couples in February of 2024. Zamfara did it in April of 2026. Governor Dauda Lawal providing dowries and startup funds, Sokoto, Kaduna, Niger, Gombe, and Bauchi, all running their own versions. The program has quietly spread across the entire North like it's a development strategy. It is not a development strategy, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Now, let me say something clearly before anyone comes to the comments with, you are against marriage or you don't understand our culture. No, this is not our culture. And I understand our culture perfectly. I was raised in it. And I understand Islam even better. Now, marriage in Islam is a sunnah. That means doing it is encouraged and rewarded. But not doing it does not make you a sinner. It is not fard. It is not compulsory. And more importantly, Islam is very specific about the conditions of marriage. A man is required to be able to provide for his wife and family before he takes that step. That is not my opinion. That is the religion these governors claim to be promoting. So when a governor uses taxpayer money to marry off a man who cannot afford to get married himself, with zero plan for how that man will feed, clothe, educate, and protect the family he just created, that is not Islamic welfare. That is not cultural preservation. That is a governor handling a man a responsibility he cannot carry, taking photographs and calling it governance. And let's talk about what happens after the wedding, because most of us forget about the life after the ceremonies. Now, you sponsor 1,500 marriages in Kano this year alone. Conservatively, within the next 12 to 18 months, many of those couples will have children. And we are potentially adding 1,000 to 2,000 children into households where the parents could not afford to get married without government assistance. Children born into poverty, into homes with no economic foundations, into a system where quality education is barely accessible and healthcare is almost non-existent. Where do these children go? We already know the answer. The North already has between 8 to 10 million almajiris. Children sent, to the streets because their families cannot provide for them. We already have the highest out-of-school population in the entire country. We already living with the consequences of a society that has been encouraged to produce more children than it can support for generations. And the solution our governors have finally arrived at is to sponsor more marriages. They say it's to reduce fornication, that this protects morality. And I want to ask this respectfully, but also directly. Is it the government's job to stop people from fornicating? Is that what a governor was elected to do? Because I was under the impression that it's government job, to build school, It's government job to fund hospitals, to fix roads, to create economic opportunities, to ensure that the people of their states have a dignified quality of life. Between them and God, that is where the conversation about fornicating and fornications belong, not in the government budget. But if you really want to eradicate or reduce fornication, eradicate poverty, that is the only way, because most of these people are going into these things because of poverty. You know that. That is why you are sponsoring weddings. If they have the means to sponsor that wedding, they will do it themselves. Quality education is a constitutional obligation. Healthcare is a constitutional obligation. Infrastructure is a constitutional obligation. These are things governments are legally, morally, and constitutionally required to provide. And yet, the schools are falling apart. Primary healthcare centers in the north are a national embarrassment. Almajiri children are on every major street in every northern city. And the budget allocation is going to furnitures and dowries. I also want to say something about where some of these marriages end up, because that's the truth. Now, a significant number of these government-sponsored marriages end up in divorce within few months, because two people were rushed into a life together with no proper foundation, no economic stability, no real preparation, just a ceremony and a furniture package. The same conditions that made them need government sponsorship to marry in the first place don't just disappear after the wedding. They intensify. And the children born into those first few months become the most vulnerable of all, caught in collapsed households before they can even walk or even understand what life is. Sometimes I look at these programs and I ask myself a very uncomfortable question. Is this actually about welfare, or is this about numbers? Because in Nigerian politics, particularly in the north, population is power. More people means more voters, more registered constituents, more electoral leverage. And if you can position yourself as the governor who married thousands of people, who is seen as a benefactor, a provider.
I could go on and on with this, and I could listen to him practically all day speaking. I think he's quite objective in his analysis of what's going on in northern Nigeria. And this is very concerning, especially because of, say, out of the over 20 million out of school children, the highest of it in the world, 20 million out of school children for Nigeria, and not the highest for the world. It is centered mostly for inside northern Nigeria. Northern Nigeria and I carry most of these out of school children. Now, with all of these kind of things where they happen, at least you would have thought that the governors would be creative enough to invest in education and ensuring some of these children go back to school. Within exactly marriage they do. And some people, they also talk about the fact that there's still child marriage in some of the states. What's your take on what he said? I'd like to take your thoughts and reactions. Nigeria's phone lines are open. You can call the WhatsApp line 0808-675-9679. 0808-675-9679. Mr. Obising, good evening and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Obising, welcome, sir.
Yeah, Precious.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How about you, sir?
Very well, thank you. Blessings, everyone. Sorry, I joined early because I will jump out after now.
No problem. Welcome.
Anyway, it's
I also plan to retire early. Welcome, sir.
Let me start from this last guy. Yeah, that was a good one, and objective, and he didn't insult anybody. But you see, the how you know a nation is a nation that is built on statistics. Let me tell you one thing. In this country, they do lottery. They do lottery where people win money, right? There are two major lotteries. There is federal one, there is state one, and then sometimes, in fact, there was a time one particular lottery got up to $1 billion, and then people win it, and then, but statistically, they will tell you that people that win that lottery, after give them max 5 years, they go back to poverty. People that won it when they were not, when they had nothing. Give them max 3 to 5 years, they go back to poverty. And why was it so? Because there is a follow-up. When you win the lottery, there is a follow-up. People, especially the media, they follow you up to see how you have fared over the years. And I said that to say, okay, Kwankwaso started it with 100 people he married off. If it is in a I don't know how to put it better, but if it is in a place that is working statistically, probably the media, especially in that state, would have followed up that 100, just as his last statement was, give those people a couple of months, most of them will divorce. So if over time people have followed up all these make-up marriages, forced marriages, we call it arranged marriages. If over time there has been statistics that say it don't last, how do they fare? Do they continue? How many of them fared well later in life, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 10 years down the line? And then how many of them also stayed in that marriage faithfully? You will see that it will be a very negligible percentage. But because nobody cares, nobody takes inventory of all those things. So we don't know. And then in the house of the government, they have done. That guy said that was his campaign promise, right? That he has fulfilled his campaign promise. Yeah, the guy said in the next, give all these 1,500 people that have been married now, give them at least the next 3-4 years. Max, each of them will have at least, at minimum, 4 kids. 4 kids into 1,500, that's 6,000
That is the ones
people.
that don't, the ones that will not separate or divorce before then. Because according to his statistics, he said most of them that they separate in a couple of months after the marriage.
But before they separate, at least they would have, some of them will
procreated.
Yeah, some of them will will carry pregnancy and be divorced. Some of them will stay, give you and take. At least 50% will still be there in the next 1 year. All right? But let's just say for saying sake, okay? Let's assume all of them stay for another 3 years. In that 3 years, most of them, the people, for those that God will bless and give them children back to back, at minimum 4 kids. That's 6. You are talking about 6,000. What is the capacity of the state? What are the amenities? What are the schools? Do you know the schools 6,000 children will go to? How many schools? What are the basic life amenities that these people will live on? So those are the things the government will never take into cognizance, and they just go and do it because, one, as he said, it's a numbers game. Secondly, they are obeying their religion, and that was why
keep procreating to increase your number.
It's a numbers game now. Yeah, and that was why that guy said they are bigger. Okay, on that's on that. On Sultan, I don't know what gathering that was, but did he ever condemn what that other shit Jingri said?
No, I didn't hear him do that.
Okay. He was talking about living together, living in harmony. Christians insult Muslims. Muslims insulting Christians are not the way to go. But he never distanced himself, being the monarch, for lack of a better words, of Muslims in Nigeria.
So he said that during the International Conference on National Security for Sustainable Socio-Economic Development.
Was it after or before the man?
He held today in Abuja. In Abuja.
And he did not find it. And he did not take 1 minute to distance himself.
Muslim League of Nigeria. No.
But were there Christians there too?
I didn't get a clip about him distancing himself from it.
So what are you telling us? If as
but
the
I mean,
monarch of.
this is okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm hearing.
I was going to say that, I mean, it's organized by what do they call it, Islamic League and Jibwis. So
yeah,
I think he was talking to his faithful, more
base,
like
his base, more or less. That, is it not? Couldn't it have been a very good time for him to rebuke that guy, to distance himself,
I can't
distance the
tell.
Muslim? No. I mean, to distance the Muslim Ummah, as they say it, from. Meanwhile, especially when he was saying Christians insulting Muslims, Muslims insulting Christians, that's when he would have said, meanwhile, I do not support what this guy said the other day. Couldn't it have been a good way to come there? Of course, this is a guy who never condemns any killing that is not of his stock, that is not of his people. He never condemns it. So what are you saying? Anyway, on Okechukwu, on Joseph, I even thought that Okechukwu is on the platform. I said it yesterday because I heard where he said it. I went there and I put he's calling for boycotting of the election is not realistic, and he knows that it's not going to happen. Because
At
even
all,
if
that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
that's not a solution at all.
it's not a solution.
That's not a
It's
viable
not a solution.
Yes.
Because even if no Christian votes, at the end of the day, even if it is one person that comes to vote, even if nobody voted actually, at the end of the day, somebody is going to be sworn in on May 29th.
Yes.
Somebody is going to be sworn in. So, and that was why I told him on the comment I said, and if he's hearing us, he should use his platform and call for Christians to vote en masse, to call out Christians to come and vote.
That's a better
and
solution.
Vote for the right person, and vote for the right candidate, and vote for a Christian candidate. I have to be specific. So, because as I say, as I keep saying, the battle line has been drawn, and this is a numbers game. What it means is, if Tinubu comes back tomorrow, it means that Muslims are more in number than Christians, even though there will be Christians that will vote. And that is why I still repeat what I keep saying. Any Christians that vote for this, especially now that their father, Sultan, came out and never condemned it, never distanced himself from it, never made any comment. He didn't even make any comment concerning it. He was saying when he was growing up. When he was growing up, there was conformity between the two religions. Is it the same thing now? Whatever they handed him over, he came to spoil it by his bigotry religious
he's not
leaning.
the one now. He's not. You can't say that he's the one responsible for that. So.
Why won't he be the one? He is in a better space and better position to nip whatever that is going on. He has never condemned his boys that are going around the nation killing everybody. He has never. Has he called them to order? He has never called anybody to order. He's after this guy said, people went to him. He still maintained what he said. He still doubled down that he's not going to apologize. The guy in Yoruba said the same thing. So what are we saying? Anyway, that is it.
Thank you.
Again, I call for people to come out. I know that they have stopped registration of voters, which is not supposed to be, because in Saint-Clam, in this country where I am, registration of voters will keep going on until the week of election. Because we have how many months to go to the election? There are people that will turn 18 years. There are people that will turn, if nothing else, 1 million people will turn 18 years between now and January next year. And all of a sudden you stop it because you think that your party has garnered the number they require to win the vote. Anyway, that is what I have for now. I will come back later if you guys are still here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Good evening, Mr. Tricks, and welcome. Mr. Tricks, are you there? Good evening. Hello? Yes, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Precious.
Yes, sir. Good evening and welcome.
Yeah, there's something that bothers me a lot. And this is why when we criticize the media, it's like we are singling them out. But that is their job. You see, the way they use public funds in Nigeria, I don't know how to describe it. And the media always keep quiet. So whose job is this? I just want to know. Because, you know, you call this country a secular country. They are using public funds to fund people who are going to pilgrimages, whether Christian or Muslim. How about those ones that are not of these two faiths? What happens to them? And why should public fund be used in that manner? Just like the wedding we are talking about. This bothers me a lot. If I say I'm losing hope on Nigeria, these are the reasons. Because these things are not rocket science. Even an illiterate knows that this is the job of the media to keep speaking about this and telling the government always. We know they don't listen. But the more you say it, the more you make people aware. Each time we come here, we say, educate the people, enlighten the people. I don't believe that no Nigeria is enlightened enough to know what is going on. Just like somebody going to take one bag of rice to eat for 4 years, and you say, let us go and enlighten that person. What kind of enlightenment are you going to give to that person? So all these things is things. If I look at, I don't see where Nigeria is going to get better. I'm just being honest.
It will get better.
I will speak on the. So I'm new. Let me not reject this one. I accept this one.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
You see, when we talk about Nigeria being Islamized, what the Sultan did is the exact thing we are talking about. That
Sultan,
is the
what
proof
did he
that
do?
Nigeria is an. How can a person of your faith, right? You are the head of that faith, and somebody come there and incited violence. Let's start calling this what it is, because this is incitement of violence. Forget that Nigerian Christians are well mentored. There's countries, if you say this, it doesn't matter how many they are. And he had an opportunity to say, no, this is not who we are. And he didn't say it. And I will come on this platform to say that Nigeria is an Islamic nation, and somebody will doubt it. It's unfortunate. Because there's no, you see, people are looking at when they say, Nigeria is an Islamic nation. They are waiting for people to come and tell you have to convert. No. That is not. It is written. Everything is documented for them, for you to say that this is an Islamic nation. And that's why such statement will be made. There's no any action, not from the government, not from the religious leaders, nothing. Just to tell you that this is who we are, and there's nothing you can do about it. That is the fact. I pity for Nigerians who think they're going to come and force you to get into that. If you got our money, your inscription is there. You go to our military, which is the top thing in Nigeria. Their inscription is there. And tomorrow you will ask me or my children to join the military. Right. It's unfortunate.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, CJ, you're welcome. Mr. Ken, you're welcome. Mr. SC, you are welcome. Good evening and welcome, everyone.
Good evening, Precious.
Good evening. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're looking precious tonight.
I am so knackered. Thank you all the same. I appreciate. Let me have you say.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
Right. A couple of things that caught my attention during the day. And I was in the office and I was kind of thinking about this. I watched a couple of videos while I was in the office, and I had a look at some. These comments, the comment made by the clerics, Islamic clerics. I'm the one in Osun State where the senator was inciting violence seriously. Then I started going through to be absolutely certain, sure that I'm not missing out anything. I was searching for all the political leaders that are Muslims who has come out to condemn these comments. So what was interesting to me was someone like Atiku Abubakar. You know, Bible said, by their fruits we shall know them. I haven't seen anywhere, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not probably going to be as informed as you are all day, because I may be caught out doing all that stuff. But I haven't seen any comment from him or his camp saying we condemn this statement. Even the one in Osun State or the one in Kaduna, I haven't seen anything from Atiku. And then the president himself coming out with the rubbish he's come up with. He didn't condemn this statement. He didn't say that statement is bad, it should never be made. Whoever makes such statement should be answerable to the law and should be investigated, should be arrested or interrogated by the secret agencies. And just, try and say something to put the fire out. But he didn't do any of that. He didn't say any of that. He was just talking about how we can live together and all that nonsense that we normally just just a normal talk. So that kind of brings it, that kind of, confirms what we all suspect and what we all believe in, what we are thinking, that these guys have got an agenda. For Tinubu himself, I know it's clear. We know everything is fair in politics. So it's not new. For him, anything goes. So he wants to win by all costs. So even if he needs, eliminating some certain sections of Christians to get his way, he doesn't mind. He will not condemn any comment anyone makes. So he will not condemn that. For Atiku, I'm a little bit surprised. I don't know.
Don't say that.
Why for Atiku, I'm a little bit surprised. I'm not sure why he hasn't said anything. I don't, because that comment is all over the world. Globe is a global comment. People are, some international communities are just journalists are making comments about it. The Nigeria is now termed as an unsafe place, and that's a fact for Christians. Unless you're a Muslim, if we start making such comments, you're not only trying to intimidate your own people, but be mindful that the international people, the tourists, people who want to come to Nigeria from other parts of the world, will look at themselves and think, oh, I'm not a part of that faith. Does that mean I'm safe? Does that mean I will not be protected if I'm in that country? So, and that's why I believe it was so important for all political leaders from all walks of religions to come out and condemn, and something example set with that, and the cleric invited and interrogated, and action taken to stop that, to stop anyone from doing it. And perhaps that's why, because nothing was done, that's why Osun State repeated himself there, and somebody he got worse in Osun State. So I'm particularly trying to raise a point here, but I don't know why Atiku hasn't said anything, and I haven't heard him say that he's aspiring to become the president of Nigeria. So you know what they say, the devil you know probably better than the one you don't know. And sometimes my people say it's better for wind to blow so you can see the chicken's bum, what it looks like. We seeing everyone's color right now. So I think my call on this is for Nigerians to, we normally say when we're back home, say, shine your eyes. Please open your eyes. How long have you got to do this? Do you want to continue for another 4 years of this turmoil and madness, chaos, insults? Our reputation is in tatters all over the world. We have got nothing, zero respect from any country in the world. We are completely flawed. But we every part of the world where you go, you have got great Nigerians. doing great things, developing that countries, doing mighty things, achieving great things, being part and parcel of the system. But in our country, nothing. We constantly having to elect bad people, unqualified people, uneducated people, people who has got nothing to offer to the system other than to themselves and their family and their cronies. So I'm disappointed, seriously disappointed. For Tinubu, I've done nothing shocks me anymore. This is what he is, this man. I don't expect him to do any better. I don't expect anything good from anything good from him. I don't expect anything to come from him because he hasn't got anything to offer to the country. But for someone like Atiku, who is aspiring and asking us to vote for him, and this is an example of what's to come. So now that you haven't even got in there, and something of this nature, magnitude statement has been, was made. Is it because you're a Muslim? Is it because it's got something to do with your faith? So are you just going to come in and become a Muslim president for Muslims, or are you not going to govern for the whole Nigeria? So it beggars belief, and that's a question for him. It's a question for him to answer to Nigerians. There's a second point I want to make, and that's quickly that I saw the G100 thing. I don't know if you caught that, Precious, that trying to get the opposition party leaders to come together and form a coalition in 2027. It's just laughable, really. It's quite laughable. They've had you can't eat your cake and have it. They've had a go at this, and they failed woefully. Why? Because of their personal ambitions and egos and greediness. So what? And what I said to somebody today back home, I said, look, the best option for these guys is to go out there and slug it out yourself. Whatever happens, happens. So if me and Precious I become your running mate, we will defeat Tinubu. This man has got nothing to offer. Seriously, yeah. If we defeat him,
hey, brother CJ, they carry me give that example. You're not a politician, not vex. I know many people carry me if you and your
no, but anyone, Precious. I'm using you as an example. It
doesn't mean they use me as an example. I don't want example. By force, I don't want to be example.
Stop being afraid of anything.
I know they fear. I say I know they would they beat me. I know they fear. I say no use me as an example.
If me or anybody on this platform
it's good like that for you.
Against this president, but for the fact they've done nothing wrong. Anyone can stand. I don't know if you know about the story, but there's a particular MP in the UK that is going up against Rubbish Bean, Mr. Farage, right? So he's going up. So it's a funny story, but guess what? Bean is actually picking up a lot of votes against him. So he's probably going to win, but Precious, I will give you the result when he's come in. Mr. Beanface is going to pick up a lot. This is a man that's got bean on his face. That gives about rubbish policies. He's just a rubbish man making a mockery of politics, right? But he's picking up. That's how bad he is. That's how much people detest him. That's how bad. That's the state we are finding Tinubu right now. Me and anybody, any two people on this platform can pair up and propose something to Nigerians because people want to change. People are suffering. People have had enough. I can't begin to mention all the stuff that people are going through right now because it's well documented out there for everyone to know. If you're not a Nigerian, maybe you don't know. But if you're a Nigerian, even if you're not in Nigeria, you still feel the pain because you've got family back home. You got people back home that you're reaching out to. You're taking care of. You're looking after. So use one word that you will feel the pain. So anyone out there against this man has got a very good chance of defeating him. So it doesn't bother me. This coalition thing, they talking and I want to come together. They've had their chance. It's not going to work. They might as well just leave it. It's too late. And if they're starting now, do something as you know, something will creep in. There will be another litigation that will come from somewhere. One of those virus litigations that goes around against anything that come together against Tinubu. They've got this planned up. So my advice, and I said to somebody today who is very close to Obi Camp, I said, look, guys, just forget this nonsense. You guys just might as well go on. You've already got your momentum. Go ahead. Let's see. Go out there, believe in yourself. Nigerians are they're yearning for a change. Yes, you are afraid of Reagan and all that. But look, Nigerians will stand up and defend their vote in 2027. And that's where we're at today. So these are a couple of things I just wanted to highlight. I mean, I don't know what anyone is thinking about that. That coalition at this late stage is a non-starter. It should not even be allowed. They shouldn't even dare do it because nobody's going to step down for anybody. Atiku wants to be a president. Even when he's 100, he still wants to be running for president. 120, God keeps him alive. He's still going to be running. Every year he wants to be a president. This man has never had enough. All right, this is the kind of leaders we Nigerians they're giving us every year. So he wants to be by all costs. Even though there's that unwritten arrangement, the South and North thing, unwritten arrangement, but it has been like that. It's the turn of the South from what I politically am aware of. But he wants to break that chain. He wants to, for his own. That was why the ADC coalition thing didn't work. That was why P2B and his crew left. So he wants to break that. He will not honor any agreement. If anyone hasn't listened to what his former boss Obasanjo said, please go read it out. Go check it out. It's not worth me. It's like your boss giving if I have pressure, if I've worked for you or you've worked for me, and I want to give you a reference for employment. Someone is probably the best or biggest reference you will get for work is from your former work, from your boss. And some of your boss is giving that kind of reference, and that's what we as Nigerians we are aware of. It's not great, but I'm not here to criticize Atiku. I'm only disappointed in his definite silence on what's gone on in the past few days. Why? Why is he not saying anything? Does he know something that we don't know? There's a lot of accusation of trying to Islamize Nigeria out there. It's out there. People are throwing it. I don't believe in that, but it's an ongoing conversation. So if people like him, who we know that politically heavyweights in Nigeria, he's not saying anything. He worries me a little bit. It worries me a little bit. And because I think that pointing finger, people are saying different things. Online people can say, but it's up to him. I would want to see him to come out and defend or condemn. If he wants to come and defend the statement, fine. He can come out, defend it or condemn it, because it's not great. It's not a good look for our nation that we're having to have this conversation over and over. So I'll let other guys speak. So that's my point for in the meantime. Thank you.
Thank you so much, CJ. I appreciate you, Mr. Ken. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Precious. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome,
everybody.
You're welcome, sir.
Honestly, I was online yesterday listening. I couldn't call in because you guys already affected my mental health with everything I was hearing.
Sorry. It wasn't our
intention.
Oh, sorry, sir.
It was like I couldn't believe it that we used to think the new law was use thugs to disperse people. I never believed the new law has gone to a genocidal level where you stand in front of people and say kill them. And it wasn't only the Senator Father Osun that said it. There was also a House of Rep member who said something like that too.
But you know that this Father Osun now, he said it's both AI and the fact that they misunderstood.
That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going.
So we should forget the matter. That's what I mean. That is not.
That's where I'm going. True. Our new law is, if I say, "Oh, Precious is too beautiful," and you sue me, I'll say it's AI. Oh, it's AI. I didn't say that. I didn't mean to say that. Our Shomole started it. He was massaging. We caught him. He said it was AI, and everybody moved on. Now, he has also started it by saying, "Oh, it's AI, it's this and that." I don't know how we can defend that law, in making things like that. And then, of course, Osun election is pointing to something. And I want everybody to pay attention that the APC has gone to a level where it is a do or die for them right now. They don't care anymore. They are ready to go the whole 9 miles, to get their mandate at every point in time. What we are going to experience in 2027 is just a little bit of what we are seeing right now. where they are bold to come out on TV and make some, irreconcilable statements on how they will win election at all costs. But for me, we already know these are the antecedents that they have. These are some of the things that they know how to do very well. And these are all the gimmicks that they also bring to the game. Secondly, I'm also saying that the Sultan, we don't expect him to say anything different. Sultan cannot say anything different. It's already a paradigm for all of them when they come out, Atiku or whatever, they're not going to criticize their brother. You see, when Cardinal Nayekon went to the TV to say, that's not what we discussed, we said this. You saw the speech that Daniel Buala came out and said he speaks for Catholics, he doesn't speak for Christians. You saw Onanuga. It's been 2 days or 3 days. Everybody has gone dead silent. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody is saying anything. Everybody's pretending like nobody said anything in the first instance. And that is not how to run a country. That is definitely not how to run a country. We cannot continue to wallow in this kind of squander and behave like everything is normal. It's going to be a tug of war on Saturday. If care is not taken, you will see people acting like militias on the street of Oshogo just because they want to win election. How low can we go as a people to achieve, our own aim? It must not be a do or die. If the people don't want you, allow the people to make their choice. But apparently, we cannot see that the people are not in any way, in count in what is going on. I'm also going to speak on the issue you talked about marrying out. Who does that? You give people out in marriage without job. And you can even see some of them saying that this is their third wife. This is their second wife. For crying out loud. How do you go about marrying out people that don't have job? And then after spending all that money, what's going to be their gain? At the end of the day, you push them back to the street, and you are doing this to score cheap political points. That's all you're doing right now. It's almost politics time. So all these people you have, married out right now, you hold them hostage to come and vote for you just because you want to win election. We cannot continue like this. We can't, because as a government, we're supposed to be creating an enabling environment. We're not supposed to be creating an environment where there will be anarchy. Because you give somebody bed, furniture, and maybe 100,000 naira to do what? After 2-3 months, like the guy said, we go back to square one. They are not married. It leaves a lot to taste in our mouths. And I don't think we can survive with this kind of attitude that all these northern governors are portraying. I believe that they went to school, they should be able to do better. But sometimes you just wonder how people like this became a leader. And they are quick to justify their actions. Their data boys are on the rampage. They are looking out for anybody that will criticize. All they want to do is just to justify why the governor did it and why the governor should do it again. Why somebody did it before, why is he not going to be able to do it? I weep for my country. It leaves a lot to taste in our mouths. We cannot grow and we cannot continue like this. If we continue in this trajectory, it's just going to be anarchy all the way. And I want to wish the Oshu people good luck on Saturday. You saw the woman that was giving out rice. I was also laying curses on them yesterday. As he was giving out the rice, he was laying curses on them. That if you take our money and don't vote for us, their children, and all kinds of curses. And people
But
were
nothing will happen
collecting.
to their children. It's just that they don't know.
Something happened. Their children, and all kinds of curses that they were laying out just because you are giving them highest 4 cups of rice, maybe 4 dirika of rice. That's what you were giving them, and you are laying all that curses on them. To what end? I'm just appealing to Nigerians. Start gearing up because this is what is going to happen in 2027. It's about to go down. When the American man tells you it's about to go down, you know that it's about to go down. Anarchy looms, according to one
Your
Buffett,
brother.
living in bondage. Anarchy looms. And we must not open our eyes, and allow this anarchy to loom on us. I'm calling on all Nigerians, the reasonable ones now. Shine your eye. Do not go to the polling unit wearing your best clothes. Go to the polling unit prepared that if anybody, hey, you'll stand your ground because that's part of the tactics they will come with. And Osun is just going to be a playbook for Saturday. Let us open our eyes. We'll see whatever is going to happen on Saturday. Whatever happens on Saturday, if they get away with it, you know that the IGP is in Osun pretending that they're keeping security. They're all there as to carry out the master's plan. But whatever you see on Saturday, if it's allowed to play out, that is what they are going to play in 2027. Remember, APC will tell you what they will do before they do it. If they tell you they are coming to your house, they are not joking, they are coming to your house. So they have been saying they will smoke out Adeleke. Trust me, they are ready to smoke out Adeleke. If Adeleke does not remove his dancing shoe and stand on his two legs, like a bulldozer he said he is, they will smoke him out. But I hope it's going to be a fair election. There is no free anymore. I've removed free from anything we're doing. It's going to be a fair on all sides because all sides are coming up with their A game. But all I just want to say is that Nigeria will not survive in this kind of trajectory. And it's just the master's playbook where he said all is fair in politics. You have seen the old man fueling disunity and telling us he cannot apologize. Nnamdi Kanu did not say half of what this man has said. They brought up all charges and locked him up. Here, we can go to hell. Muslims are more of the majority. But you see, all our big pastors who are supposed to come out and also tell him something have gone behind the scene because most of them have been compromised. And that's why they have the effrontery to come out and be acting like they are the all in all. We cannot continue like this. If they want to be fueling discord, they want to be fueling religious bigotry, which I already said here on this platform that is about to start, and it has started already. That is the APC modus operandi of winning election. Bigotry and religion. They will bring it up as a big A game. Ask every other youth on the street, Southwest. They will tell you I'll vote for Tinubu because he's a Yoruba man. They don't know what is going on. Ask every other person who is learned. They'll say, no, I can't vote. Oh, my life is not good for it. So they have infuriated bigotry and religion into the non-knowledgeable ones, and it's eating us up. Let me hold on here.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Mr. SC, please, good evening and welcome. Mr. SC, can you hear us? Go ahead, sir. You're talking, but we can't hear you. I don't know if it's just me. Can everyone else hear him? So, Mr. SC, we cannot hear what
No,
you're
we
saying.
can't hear.
I think he's on mute.
No, he's unmuted. He has unmuted, but we can't hear him. So I don't know what it is. You're muted, but we cannot hear you. I don't know what the problem is. Whenever you're joining the platform, make sure you join with your audio on, because sometimes if you join without your audio on, to go back and reset your audio is always a problem. So I think that's a challenge you're having. So you may want to leave and joining back again because we cannot hear you. Mr. Essie, please. All right. Whilst we're waiting for him, hello, you're welcome. If Mr. Essie comes, I would have to excuse you back.
Okay. Hello, Precious. Good evening.
Good evening. Yes, welcome.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Mr. Essie, can you hear us now? 1 second, please. Hello. Mr. Essie, can you hear us now? Unfortunately, maybe you have to call on WhatsApp instead. We can't hear you. It's not working. It's not working. So hello, go ahead, please.
Okay, and good evening, everybody. Tiwada Juman, good evening. Yeah, good evening. Precious.
Sir?
Nigeria.
It's in Duam.
I don't know. First of all, let me ask you a question there.
No,
Is
ask
there
me the
any,
one I no go fit answer. My blood
just hold on now, hold on, please. Is there any way, is there any way you stay at home, you don't go to work, you don't do any business, you don't do anything, and money will just appear in your account?
Miracle need the tire God though.
You say? Come again?
I say miracle need the tire God. Mr. Essie, can you hear us now?
Tell us about the miracle. We're interested in knowing the miracle.
Mr. Essie, now I want make Mr. Essie answer. Mr. Essie, you don't hear of that miracle? He still can't hear us. So maybe you need to call on WhatsApp. We can't. I don't know what's going on. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. You never hear of manna from above, okay?
Precious, make I help you answer that question. Look on a bit. You never see.
Well, let Precious answer. Let Precious answer.
Please,
God
bless
bless you.
you.
No. That's why you're my big brother.
No. She said miracle, please. There's where I'm going. I need her to answer, please.
No, she's a moderator.
Please, let her answer.
Let her help her answer.
No, don't.
No.
She said by miracle, not the tyrant God. So let her answer, please, before I proceed. There's a reason why I'm asking, because and also she's in Nigeria as well. She's in Nigeria, so she's on ground. She knows what is happening. So let her answer before I continue with my response, please.
We all hear
the way you have confidence in my response, it be like say you go come out from my belly. You
no,
use book come out from my intestines.
No, I can't do so. I can't do so.
We have confidence in you. Go on.
So I plead the fifth now.
Go on.
Okay, you plead the fifth.
I appoint that question to Ogatiwa. You know, we used to appoint questions to different people. This particular question.
So if I say that, you say you don't approve.
Okay.
When I say it, you
since you plead the fifth.
No, I did not call anybody's name. I appoint this question to Ogatiwa Danjuma to help me answer. I don't know.
Does it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know who does it?
No, we are in a town hall, so she can do that. We are in a town hall. But
Tiwa Danjuma.
Okay, Tiwa Danjuma. Let me get your. Since you want to help her, let me hear your own response.
We are in a ball blue. We are in a ball blue town hall. So
you don't kukuma spoil the team finish. It's okay, no problem.
Okay,
everything is allowed.
Once you mention her uncle, she will run away.
Precious,
our politics is fair.
Okay, Precious, you know the reason why I asked you that question. Yeah. Most of the Nigeria pastors, the Christian leaders and all of them, please, they need to deviate from this whole thing. I believe these are part of the thing destroying that country. Miracles, you will wake up, you will see money in your account, this kind of stuff, and so on and so forth. Instead of going to the core message, God has ordained you to teach the people so that the people can be focused on the right thing to do. Because I believe that they've deceived the people enough. Because I know for a fact that I do business, I work as well. If I do not do these things, no money will come to my account. And if there are some kind of amounts that will come into my account, I have to do investigation to know how that money comes in, how the money comes in, because I don't want to pay unnecessary tax, which I'm not supposed to pay. So I need to double check. So because I know for a fact that if I don't do anything, if I don't go out there to work, I won't get anything. Or if I don't go out there to do my business, I won't get anything. So I know I have to go, after I've worked, I've done my business, I know what I'm expecting. So that's for that. So why did I ask this question now? Look at this guy, this cleric of a guy that has been coming to the extent that he still have the boldness to come back that he has no apology for what he has said. I'll give an example. CJ, I know you live in the UK, right? Do you remember these clerics in the UK during the David Cameron prime ministership, and Theresa May was the Home Secretary then? This was around 2013. This Abu Kadali, or something.
Yeah.
You remember him?
Yeah, go on.
You know that guy was a cleric. He was preaching hate, and the guy is I think the guy has the guy is from Palestinian, radical Palestinian Jordan Islamic Cleric, something like that.
He has a link with Pakistan.
And so on, something and so on and so forth. You know, while he was in the UK, you know that the teaching he was teaching was very dangerous and all that. What did so that's to tell you, because the government that function, a nation that function, a nation that has its people at heart, what did they do? They make sure they deported that guy back to Jordan. And that battle was for a very long time. The guy even went to the European Court of Law fighting his deportation. You remember? I believe you remember that story in 2013.
Wait, I don't want to. Precious will tell me that we don't link the two countries together. But
No. Because what this guy was doing is similar thing to what those guys in Nigeria are doing.
The functioning country. Yeah, it's true.
That's what they're doing. It's the same thing. There's nothing different. They were preaching hate, preaching the people against the people. So when the government of the government of the country saw that this thing is he wants to set fire in the UK, what did they do? They did everything possible to remove him.
Can you explain to them who forced it? Was it not the government?
It was the government. Even Theresa May during that period. Exactly. That was the top agenda for the Home Secretary there, which is Theresa May, was the Home Secretary there. Yeah. He even went to the extent how tough that fight was. They went to the European Court of Justice, ECJ.
They did everything possible to
fight everything to make sure the guy was fighting. He doesn't want to leave the UK, but the government stand on the feet to make sure they removed him from the UK, and they succeeded.
Listen, you can't stop it. Why are you saying this? No, you can't compare sleep with death. The other one is death. This is sleep. Right?
Good.
There's got the other man doesn't have anything to offer. He approves. That's why there's a silence.
Okay.
When you don't say anything, when you inaction means approval. You know that same they say silence expresses consent. All the people that haven't said anything, condemned or even called the man to order anything, means the government of the day approves.
Very good.
Where is Danebuala and where is Onanuga and all these scorpions and serpents? Where are they?
Very good.
They've all gone.
Very good.
No one knows where they are at the moment, so they can't talk. Right? Rather, they attack the bishop who came out to, say what Nigerians are feeling, that we're all hungry, we are suffering. They went after him with all fire, everything they have. And now nobody's talking. The most disgusting one is the Osun State one, the senator that made that comment.
It's all right. I'm coming there, CJ. I'm coming. You see, now that brings me now back to Nigeria. If it's a country that function, this guy, that cleric, that so-called cleric, whoever he is supposed to have been behind bars now, answering questions. Because what that guy did was to set fire between the two most popular religion in that country, the Christian and the Muslim, and set fire between both of them. And like I always say, which I've been saying before now, that the ordinary Nigeria on the street, those are their targets. The ordinary Nigerians on the street, those are their targets. That is why I keep saying, if these ordinary Nigerians on the street can come together as one, work together as one, do things together, those are the people that will bring in the constitution that will save that country, that will liberate that country, and they will abide by that constitution. Because these people know these things, that if the people come together, that is why you see that once the people try to rise up, make some noise, what did they do? They send their attack dog to those people to destroy, to quench that uprising. There is a back coming up, because they know what that uprising can do. We'll be saying this before now. That is the reason why I keep maintaining it. Rather than saying divide, 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 the energy we use in saying divide, divide, if we can put that energy to continue to educate these people, we must unite to destroy these things that is causing havoc in that country, to destroy that enmity, the hate these people are pushing to these people. I believe that country can be safe. So what am I trying to say again now? That up till now, you've not seen anybody from the government, so-called government, come out to rebuke that Islamic cleric. Nobody have said anything. They're all mute. They're all quiet. And you're telling me that that country has a government? No, like I always say, the country is on autopilot. There is nobody leading it. And again, a country that a leader will come up, the people cannot verify the academics of the leader or where they came from, or where the person came from. You see, that country is planting a poison that will destroy the soul of that society. The country is planting a poison that will destroy the soul of that society.
Thank you.
So that is the reason why I keep saying that the people must start speaking up.
Just be on the line. I thought he was done. Okay, so hello, I'm sure you're done.
I'm not finished yet.
Mr. Essie, just give me a second. Let me confirm if Mr. Essie can hear us. Mr. Essie, can you hear us now? I don't know what's going on. I don't know where we can't hear you. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, sir?
Hello?
Mr. Essie, can you hear us? Okay, so let me talk to you, Hans. Hans, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening, Madam Precious.
Good evening, sir. Welcome, sir.
Viewers and everybody on the platform. I want to ask questions and draw an attention based on the cleric that spoke on the Kano governor event. In this, their bonanza marriage,
which one be bonanza marriage?
They always do in Kano.
Which one be bonanza marriage
now,
again?
where government is government that is sponsoring it. Now,
bonanza now, when do they give freebies like chop one, chop two? They know they do marry
that's
one,
what it is,
marry one, marry two.
It's true.
Now,
It's bonanza. Buy one, get one free.
Now, if you know,
buy one, get one free.
It's a free giveaway. Now,
it's a fact.
Now, I want to ask you.
Correct.
CJ, take it easy on me now. Did you see me in your dream, CJ? Calm down now.
Don't defend it. Don't defend these people. They're terrible. It's a bonanza.
All right, go ahead.
Even TY told me last night that he's willing to go and collect one from there.
Kano is part of Nigeria. Are Christians allowed to participate in this marriage?
In the bonanza?
It's a government-sponsored marriage. Is Christians allowed to participate in the bonanza marriage?
No, you're an infidel. You're an infidel.
They won't give Christians that cannot marry because since the reason was to reduce fornication. Christians fornicate too now. So I think Christians will participate in the marriage too. That's my question I'm asking, if somebody can help. The second one is that I would love if in any way you want to make any other program on this very issue of this Muslim cleric. You should keep, there's a clip that people are missing, even the media is missing. A clip where he said that he will support any government that is promoting Islam in America. Because he said that in that speech. Because he's trying to say that Tinubu government is sponsoring Islamization of America. So I think people should emphasize on that because nobody's saying anything about that. These are the people that we even pay attention to what is happening. Because if you are waiting for the Nigerian government to say anything, or the Christian cleric to say anything, they won't say anything, because they have something at stake. The problem with the Christian faith is that apart from Catholic Church, every other Catholic and Anglican, every other faith has something at stake because most of those things are like business empire where they have their churches, their schools. So they don't want to attack the government. The government doesn't attack them because they have something at stake. So that's why you see most of the time most of them are quiet because they have something to lose. It's only the Catholic Church or the Anglican that can speak out because it's not owned by individuals. So they speak out even if they attack the churches. There is not an individual, a direct attack to an individual. That's, by the way.
Among all the presidential aspirants, major presidential aspirants, only Kwankwaso spoke
against it. Yes.
This.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think Peter Obi too has spoken against it too. Well, but we're talking about Muslim.
Kwankwaso represents Peter Obi. Kwankwaso represents Peter Obi. So I think the only reliable, Nigerians should know this, the only reliable candidate that can save Nigeria with every aspect of the condition Nigeria is today, religion, financial, and security, is Obi Kwankwaso ticket. Because only Kwankwaso has the courage among the Islamic candidates that had the courage to come out and condemn this. Atiku has not spoken about it, neither his spokesperson. The federal government has not spoken about which is Tinubu, neither his spokesperson. And I want to advise the Nigerian Christians. You see, we must not act like the Nigerian Muslims, that everything is violent, killing people and burning houses. We can still demonstrate express our anger and our dissatisfaction on issues like this. We can come out and demonstrate. If millions of Christians in Nigeria come out and demonstrate against what this cleric said, the government will pay attention to Christians. It must not be like the Muslim where they start killing people and burning houses. It can come out and have a massive demonstration against what this cleric say. I bet you the government will pay attention to it. Let me raise my case here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Mr. Essie, I don't understand what's going on. I think you would rather call me on this. Can you hear me now, sir?
I can hear you, but if you can't hear me,
it's okay. What happened since now?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, you can hear me now.
Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. I've been trying to. I don't know what is happening.
Can I finish before you continue? Can I finish?
Okay, no problem. Go ahead and finish.
Okay, then. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me the space. Thank you. So, what I'm trying to say is that,
Mr. Hello, please. I think it's just better we allow him. You know, say you talk now. You know, say they talk like professor. Yeah. Just allow him finish, and we come and so that we can go around. You hear, please.
It's all right. No problem. No problem.
Thank
you.
Thank you
Yeah, let me.
Mr. Essie, please kindly be quick so that
let me hit
straight
to the
Thank you.
To the point anyway.
Okay, sir.
I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 some points to make there. One, I will start with the Osun election. You know, if you see what the way the ruling party came up with that Osun election, due to number one, if you watch, maybe I think if I will put it this way, the Davido's report or what he wrote or he said he's going to like write to Trump and all the rest of it. You know, if you watch the way they came out for that election, the tension has a little bit stepped down, unlike the formerly way they wanted to go about it. It's like, and not only that one, I believe now that they know very well that every eyes are on them when it comes to that Osun election. Then what I'm seeing there now is that fine, even if they will still fight to rig the election, but it will not be the way they plan it. It won't be like that anymore. A little bit, people, for me too, is a little bit an eye opener. Even Adeleke, he also shoots himself on the foot by number one. You know the kind of person that is in the seat of power. You say you are going to support him, and you know very well that they needed that state at all costs. You know, so I don't want to go too much, but I pray, I believe, if people come out, just like these people, they have the main thing they do is that they would promise poverty. Look at what they are sharing to people. That 2 cost of rice.
You know, what does that mean? You will not, okay, if you share that 2 cups of rice, when you come in, the highest thing they will be doing is to pack, steal the money, in short, let me use that language. But that is by the way. Then it comes to the G5, G100 or what? The coalition they say they want to form. For me, that coalition would not work out because Atiku will never step down, say he want to step down for P2B. That is where the whole problem lies. If not, because I think I've listened to Jonah Duke, I've listened to Makinde, I've listened to many of them. The SDP man, I think SDP man, the Adewale or what. You know, if you watch, those people don't have, but the major issue is Atiku. And thank God that P2B notice what is happening in short. The ADC was in short formed because of Atiku. The new ADC. It was formed because of Atiku. And there is, if you watch, all their plan was that they wanted to trap Obi into ADC, but unfortunately, the man walked ahead of time before them. So if you, for me, saying that maybe this their coalition they want to do this dying minute, it will not work because Atiku will not step down. And I listened to Atiku's, not Atiku's, the Obi's media head today. I think Zachary, this guy from Edo State, Zachary Idris or what. You know, when the way I listened to him when he was talking, the interview he gave to Symphony TV or what. When I listened to what the permutations and everything he gave, Obi is winning that election come 2027. But the major thing, just like what everybody is, the main thing is how do we vote and defend the vote? Voting and defending the vote. Because if you check the guy's permutation, even Wike will not win River State. Forget about all this grand he's doing. He is not going to win River State for APC. It's not possible. You know, but fine. All those things is not, no matter anything. They say that according to our people, they say we have to also put our own effort to make sure that everything work out fine on that aspect. But for me, that coalition, that G100 or what they call it, will not work because Atiku will never step down for. I had one mayor HF today. I think he's at this Symphony TV too. When they were interviewing him, even he was even accusing the maybe okay, you are from River State. It's also Barasa is also your brother. Seraki this thing. Sorry to Precious. Sorry that I say he's your brother.
Okay, well, nothing that never cost me for this life, so it's fine. Abiona panel beat more than they beat Mabi on Abiona car, more than the panel beats me, no problem.
It's not like that. But when you look at what the man said, true, Siraki this thing is not trying. How can you say you conducted the primaries? All the people that win the primaries, you remove their name and replace it with unknown people, unknown names. You know, the guy even go to the extent that he said it clearly that if at all, even the way he describes Siraki this is that even the present Tinubu is even better when it comes to autocratic system of leadership. It's even better than Siraki this thing. How can he be doing that? Look at what happened at Alimosho local government for this guy. What is this so called again? This guy's name. You know, a popular person of such person, you remove his name. And this is all these things are bringing people's morale down. find that many people would vote because of Obi. Maybe if they would deliver Obi, most of all these people might not even get their ticket to Senate and the House of Rep and all the rest of it. I'm telling you the truth, because of the man's character. You know, it's not good. What we are talking about is democracy, and this is a new party that is coming up. If they start with all this internal crisis and all the rest of it, how far would they go? And this is what the even APC themselves are looking forward to, because even with this, they will start. In short, they already there's moves inside NDC, you know. So that is on that of what is going on into on NDC. It comes to Tinubu plan. He has no other plan. All his plan is to rig. That is the major reason Tinubu left Wike, because he believed that already they believe that they have written results, which they will come to maybe announce that day. But people, they will be disappointed. Yes, I believe that by that period, Wike will be in Port Harcourt, because he will be in River State to vote. He will not be in Abuja. He has only one vote. And thank God where he's going to be is Obiakpo. If he didn't take time, if he didn't take time, he might not even come out in that day, because I have already started making 1 or 2 calls, because that is my base too. I have started making 1 or 2 calls from Port Harcourt, and I'm seeing a lot of things will happen when it comes to River State election. So I believe that what Tinubu, all the plan they have is only when it comes to that rigging. No other this thing they have, only to rig, nothing else. You know. Then I believe when it comes to that of like I said it, what Seraki this thing is doing. If people that are close or something like that, they should try to call the man to order, because that thing has made a lot of people, especially the obedient. Let me use that language. Obedient. Many of them have been, in short, their mind are out of the listen. This man you call when it comes to like the Sheikh, which we are talking about, the Jingir, which we are talking about, you know, it's not today that the Muslims have been making this right from day one. They've been calling the Christians infidel, because they believe that the moment, in short, not only Christians, the moment you don't believe that their own religion, you are infidel. That is the normal language they use for every other unbeliever. That's the normal thing. They believe is unbeliever. So that man, just like if you watch, Tinubu is a Muslim. And not only that one, I strongly believe that he has a concrete agreement before he enters power with these people. Yes, because up to today, no comment from him. Both his what is this so-called the media airs and all the rest of it. If not, only that statement alone is enough to even put fire or put problem in a very, if it is where people that can react so much, that thing might even turn the country upside down. Even just I saw when you are playing it that the man came out today was even boldly against that he has no regret for saying that. You know, a country of 200 and something million people, you came out and start saying that kind of thing. When we are after, they will say they are talking of hate speech. Which hate speech is more than that one? You know, so when we are doing something, we should be. I don't know. Well, they don't even. This to show that these people don't have the interest of the country at their hearts. No way. Most of them just like, okay, at that occasion he went to. I thank God somebody said it in the platform here that imagine marrying 1,500 people. Some of them, this their third wife or fourth wife. When you put the calculations, 1,500 in the next 6 months or 9 months or 1 year now.
Yeah, he's their fourth wife. My brother TY wants to collect one as well.
So
no, not TY, please. So when you talk of by next 1 year now, you multiply. We are talking of maybe 3,000, and these are people that don't even have work. Tomorrow, when they born all these children, these are the Alamajiris which you are talking about, and these are the people that they are using for bandits. Yes, because they don't have any, they are not doing anything. No, they are not going to school, nothing. When they born them after 2 or 3 years or 4 years, they give them plates. I don't know if you have that opportunity to visit North before or been to North. I think I've been to North because I traveled a lot when I was in the country. As at then, when you go to North, they will even, while eating self, you see somebody that will come and drag their food and run away. I'm not joking. Talk less of now. How will you look like? You understand? So these in short, they I don't know how I put it. No plan, nothing. All they know is that they are bringing out problems. In short, let me use that language, because when you are having children without no plan, nothing, no education, nothing, you are creating problems to the society. So I don't know how we. Somebody said it that we and these people are not supposed to be together. I don't blame Nnamdi Kanu that saying that the best thing is for everybody to go. Let's go our own ways. Sorry to use that language. So you see that they are a problem to us because they are taking us backwards. Yes, in this 21st century, you are marrying people. Why? Who does
we
that?
can still be one nation if we have good leaders.
No, we can't. What I'm trying to say,
we
no,
can.
hold on.
We just need good
Hold on,
leaders.
excuse me. What I'm trying to say is that we find out that these people, number one, their leaders are not having any good plan for them. They are deceiving them. That is the truth. Okay, these people that they are married now, what are the plans they have for them? What are the plans they have for the children? These children, most of them don't even attend primary schools. None of them even go to talk less of going to secondary school. How do you expect those people to move forward? What plan do you have for them? No plan. You have to look at what they are saying, that they are greater in number. You are greater in number for being nuisance, if I use that language. Sorry. So it's sometimes sorry that most times precious you say your mental health. Sometimes it makes somebody to grow crazy. I'm not joking. Okay, look at that Obi that is contesting for presidency. How many children do you have? 2. Despite what if you tell me somebody like Obina in the north will have almost 100 children. Yes.
Maybe my brother TY would know something about these many. He's interested in taking one of them. So ask him, why do they want to keep producing children everywhere? TY might have an answer.
I don't know whether what the man is saying. CJ, are you the one saying this?
Yeah.
TY is here now. TY, let me.
TY, he's hearing me. He knows what I'm saying. He wants to. He said he's applied to take one or 2 wives as well. So he might tell us why is this happening? I mean, because look, I want to back up your point. This is extension. They go about producing kids, no plans, no future. Then some join Boko Haram, doing all manner of things. There will be issues, calamity everywhere. That is the plan they have. It's something, an agenda for the elites enough to trap people into poverty so that they continue to use them. That's what they do.
That is not a fair thing to say to an entire ethnic group. Whilst there are, a bit of that happening here and there, but does not mean that it's everyone in the north or the entire.
No, it doesn't mean it's everyone. I'm saying those that the elites are using people. They're weaponizing poverty. They're creating mayhem in the north. Not everybody. I've got northern friends that are good people. But what I'm saying are these politicians from the north, they don't have plans for their people. They don't have good intention for their people. Why would he be distributing wives like a bag of rice? This time maybe they run out of rice. Now they want to start distributing wives. Anything that APC can do does not exist. I'm telling you, they're distributing wives in Nigeria. That's the next line. I don't know what next. Maybe they start distributing husbands. It's crazy. Precious is laughable. You might try and defend them, but it's laughable. Maybe my brother TY, when he comes to talk, I want to hear him talk about this because I know he loved the idea. He's applied for 2 wives extra, so he might get 2, buy one get one free. So when he talks, I want to know. So why?
Mr. Esia, you don't. It's okay.
I'm done, please. I'm done, please.
All right. So, hello. Let's let you conclude your thoughts.
Okay. Yeah. So my next thought now will move to the Osun State. Osun State. You know, like I've said on this platform before, that how can you, a governor, you will open your eye wide open, someone is coming for your head. You will still open, you will still say your party to endorse that same person. When you know what is going on the country, the kind of command, the kind of havoc these people have caused in the country. So I was expecting that governor to align himself with the oppositions on how to save the country, he works with the opposition to save the country. But no, you didn't. You went as far. For me, I don't understand the kind of politics he was playing. If before now, if he have done that before now, I believe what is going on in the country now, maybe the government and the other could have had a bit of a restraint, or what they've carried out on that state so far. So what am I trying? Where I'm coming from now is that hope that on Saturday the Osun people are able to come out and cast their votes without any disturbance. Because, like I said before as well, that the playbook that was used in Edo State, that was the same playbook. I believe that they should have learned lesson. Edo State should have teaching them a lesson, like learn a lot of things from Edo State election, what happened in Edo State. Then they will use it to prepare themselves for the Osun. Like the 2027 election now. 2027 election as well. All these are lessons that the oppositions must take into account. I believe that that is the reason why they are having a rethink, saying that they're going to hold meetings again. All of them are coming again together to hold meetings again. Because the people in charge of the country now, they do not bloody care about. They don't care about the law. They don't care about the constitution. They don't. If you see what they do, everything they do, they don't care about the people of the country. They don't care. It shows. It's out there already. Everybody can see it. So I don't know. Anybody that still say, that's why sometimes I pity the people that still say that they're supporting this government. I pity those people. Now, we've said it in the past that country has celebrities. They have celebrities. I ask, where are the celebrities? Where are they? Because where we are, if things are not going well the way things are supposed to go, you see the celebrities comes out, they speak out, they talk. They speak. Everybody talk. I think it's recently now, there's something concerning the Adelica's family now, Davido. That's when you see Davido now started speaking out. Started speaking out. Assuming he has nothing to do with them, I believe that guy will be mute.
He was dying with Sheikh Tinubu.
Thank you. He will be mute.
So Cubana chief priest. They all are together now meeting the Tinubu.
Okay.
Yes.
So now
that this thing is now hitting on him, that he now remember that now he have to fall back to know where he belongs and where he's coming from.
There was a video I saw this afternoon. They were not saying, when they were doing that analysis of that video, they are not saying that Davido is now obedient. He's not preaching Peter Obi's message.
I also followed that video. That was what I'm telling you.
I was like, what? Really? So I hope it's not too late. So where am I driving at now? That if they've started these things since, I believe things would have worsened the way things are now. Maybe we all know where we should have known where we are, where we all stand. So I hope that other celebrities now will come out, will be bold enough to start speaking truth. Speaking truth to the, because this sort of thing affect anybody. You can't sit one place and say, it doesn't concern me. Nothing is coming to me. He has nothing to do with me. One of these days, he will come to your doorstep.
Immediately.
So he has come to Davide's doorstep now. That is why is speaking out now. So everybody that in Nigeria now has to pick up the courage and start speaking up. And again, instead of bringing people together, saying that you want to give them wife, and these people have their own will. It's like you're taking the will away from them to make choice on their own, which our Creator has given us free will to choose. Instead of you as a government to create job, because your primary responsibility is to protect life, make life easy for the citizens. But you guys are not doing that. Instead of doing that, you went to bring young girls, bring women you're supposed to train, educate. You're marrying them off, giving them, like someone said, as if you're a distributing bag of rice. And then you see those people now, like if you look at what the seed that these people are sowing now. So first of all, imagine someone who has no job, who has no way to provide for the family. It will give birth to those children. Then those children will be on the street, will not go start begging. Thank you. We'll start begging again and all that. They're creating nuisance in society. Instead of you instead of you, first of all, create a neighboring environment for those people. If you're to create job, educate them and all that, so that they can go themselves and choose for themselves. But these are not what you guys are doing. But I don't know the reason for that, why that has been going on.
My brother, they've run out of rice.
I don't know.
They've run out of rice to distribute. Now they have to distribute.
And these are
that's why.
That is what. Yeah, that is why. Now again, I continue to say that we need a leader that is ready to serve that country, who is educated, who is a leader that is full with ideas, who can get Nigeria out of this mess that these people are. This current administration has punched the people into.
Entered dementia. He cannot reason anymore. Let's face the truth and the fact. He is suffering dementia as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, Mr. Esio.
No. I'm being frank. Maybe I don't know. That is why he cannot come out to face one interview. Because when
you diagnose the president,
I'm sorry to say it. When you ask him this something, if you bring Tinubu now, ask him question, you will see that he will be answering you another thing. Didn't you see when he?
No, he will make questions.
Have you forgotten when he went
very soon?
Where is it that he went to? When they are interviewing, when they are asking him questions, he's answering, talking a different thing altogether. He was answering. The press was. Didn't you see it? Am I lying? Let's face the truth and the fact and the reality. That is dementia. He's not reasoning anymore. It's old enough. He's too old. He's not supposed. This thing is even punishing himself more. Yes, because I remember when Jonathan was there, he said, if you cannot work for 16 good hours, you cannot be Nigerian president. It's not possible. Then somebody like Tinubu, can he even sit up to 3 hours or 4 hours at a place? Is it possible?
You see, you see now, one thing I will drop now, one thing I will say again to these people here, they should fear the Creator that created every human being. They should fear that Creator, because even the Creator even said, if you guys go to Deuteronomy 5:9, he said, I will visit the iniquity upon their children.
Okay.
So there are consequences of everybody's actions.
They don't care.
There are consequences. That is the reason why, before we do anything, we need to think and think twice. Even before you even condemn your neighbor, think and think twice before you do anything. Because even the God, there are so many verses on the good book which have said that. He said, I will visit the iniquity upon their children. Sometimes you accumulate wealth. You accumulate. Sometimes those wealth become curse upon them. Because you've taken people's sweat.
Just imagine what is happening.
Imagine what you will use to feed the whole nation. Somebody, one person will sit on it, will take everything to himself, and he will sit on it because he wants to live a luxury,
All right,
life.
SC, you know, I have just 15 minutes to wrap up the show.
So I will use the mic for. I will use the mic. I just want to drop that. I will use the mic. Let others continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. T.Y. Danjuma, good evening, sir. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, Precious. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. TJ, if like say you dream of me today for your dream.
As in the way they give you if I were you, I would not take that sitting. I will not take it sitting.
Greetings, greetings, viewers. Well,
welcome, sir.
Yeah, you know when the Canadian court ruled that APC is a terrorist organization, a lot of people just took it very lightly. You know, but I think the things that have been happening have tend to justify that statement or judgment, particularly the things that have happened lately. We can start from your uncle, Mike, because he's APC now. He's more of APC than PDP. When he came, he said in Abuja that there will be no open grazing. You know. Anybody where they catch, you go hear one. So, and then he was attacking everybody, attacked army, commodore, retired military people. He attacked this one, take land, grab land from here, grab land. You know, hold interview, insult everybody. Insult teachers and so on. So one Fulani header come do open grazing, carry cow for Abuja, they go, they shit for everywhere. Now they tell me, okay. He say no, empower no reach there. Empower reach to rank and attack and bully. When he reach to animal, like cattle, empower no reach there. So, and I was wondering, that's the minister for Federal Capital Territory. Cannot do anything about someone who's openly breaking the law, according to him. That's the ball. So that shows you that even he himself knows all this gaga way they do. He knows his limits. He knows where boundary way no go fit cross. But it's unfortunate because in a federal capital like that, when someone is seen, ordinary person, they break the law, and you cannot bring that person to book. It's a big shame. So it tells you, you know, if you look down to what the president said lately, that all is fair in politics. You will also be seeing a justification for waiting the Canadian court talk. Let us take Sheikh Jingir. It's not new. What Sheikh Jingir is doing is, for me, is really nothing. All this talk, whether they talk now, to just make him feel like he's a human being. You know, what he's supposed to do for every right-thinking person, not just Christians. People who are not neither Christians or Muslims, and even Muslims, right-thinking people, is to begin to isolate him and to begin to mobilize against that kind of thinking that completely dehumanizes all of us, not just Christians. Because if an individual can come out brazenly to make that kind of toxic statement and using a religion that they call religion of peace as his springboard, and you have governors who are laughing and clapping for him and applauding him, and nobody in that meeting stood up to say, no, this is nonsense. This is not what our religion teaches. This is not, it doesn't represent the view of the North, and so on. Nobody could say that. That tells you how low we have descended. And the fact that the attack dogs who would, you know, wake up at the slightest opportunity, even when even when there's no need. When people say one or two things, particularly, for instance, let us say that if it was Obi that made that kind of statement, or half near that of statement. I'm sorry, I'm using Obi as an example. You would see all the attack dogs. They don't wake from their slumber. They're attacking left, right, and center. But they can't say anything. They have not been able to say anything, at least from the presidency, to say that no, this is so. There is a justification. The Canadian judge, for me, read Nigeria very well. I mean, read APC very well, the ruling party, and made that pronouncement. And you can point to so many instances and say, yes, he was right. APC is an axis of evil. That is the truth. Axis of evil. Because if you look at some of these people where they talk this thing, now, majority in APC. Take a senator, a man that is over 70 years, will come openly and say that they should kill people. If they don't see them, they should also kill their family, the members of their families. Openly, in the open. And people also were laughing and applauding. That is someone who's a lawmaker who makes law for the country. And yet the governor came out to say that this man has a hotel in Osogbo where he is housing armed militia, which they have used or they are using to terrorize people. Already, Osogbo, over 30 people have been killed because of an election. Because of an election. And then he comes out, I thought he's a bold man. And he comes out to say, oh, it's AI, oh, he was misquoted, oh, he didn't mean it. I didn't know that he's so lily-livered. I didn't know that, I thought he would come out as Sheikh Jingir and say, I have no apologies. I said it. Anything that will happen, let it happen. So you begin to see that all these things I wake up, these things that are happening are not new. Because even before the election, 2023 election, it was clear. You saw the candidates. They went to the UK for debate. You saw what happened there. They came to Nigeria and they were debating. You saw what happened. You saw all the speaking in tongues. You knew quite clearly that the job that is facing the country, anybody who wants to lead Nigeria at this time, must be someone who is mentally alert, acute, someone who has strength, someone who has vision, someone who is ready to work, because there are problems. Even the problem of insurgency alone is even too much to I mean, I knew His Excellency Fashola when he became Chief of Staff. By the time he was living as governor, all his hair were gray. All of them. The same thing Obama. All the things done. This is not a job for people who just come to command. So it was clear that the man was not coming to work. He was just coming to look at the oil well, since we have now made it a tradition that if you become the president, you also become the minister for petroleum. So, and once you get there, you are made. By the time you get how many oil blocks, spread them around to your friends and your cronies. That one alone, apart from all the other goodies and so on, what did they get? So it was clear to us, to any Nigerian, unless people will know the look, that there's trouble, and that we needed to elect people who will do the job and save Nigeria. Now, if you look at from all indices, if you look at the country now the way it is, if you came in and became a governor or a president, and you inherited problems, as they used to say, and then instead of reducing the problem, you compounded it, and you're claiming you made an let's take the exchange rate, for instance. Today, I think it's about 1,400 or 1,400 to a dollar. I don't know what it is for the pound sterling and euro.
For the pound sterling, it's 1,800. I think about 1,870 something.
Very good. So,
1,040.
but when you took over, it was 400 and something, at best 500. So now, let the mathematicians work it out and see, the percentage increase that you have gone there. And then you are happy that you have been able to. What you are happy is that we'll try to stabilize it. But you raised the thing more than twice what it was, almost 3 times, if not 4 times. And then you are glorying in it. Everything has gone up instead of going down. Taxes have gone up instead of going down. Our roads have gone bad. Today, Nigeria, that is supposed to be a country, a sovereign country, is now open for everybody. People are coming from Sudan, Niger, Chad. People are coming from China. Go and see what is happening in your territorial waters. All kinds of trolleys are there fishing. They'll fish and carry the thing, go and sell. And people are hungry. Chinese, many of them, inside your territorial waters. Not to talk about bunkering that is going on.
Until where Danjuma, just a quick one. Sorry, sorry for interjecting you. Sorry. You see, why in Canada, US, Europe, don't ship come into that water. Even when they come inside, they fight you. You remember during the negotiation when the UK and was leaving the EU. You saw that was part of the stuff that delayed the agreement. France, they were trying to deprive France for coming to the British water to fish. So France said no. That thing must be on the table, that UK must agree, must allow them to fish on UK waters. Then in Nigeria, no protection. Anybody comes in, they catch whatever fish they want to take, they catch it, they do everything, and they go away with it.
Yes.
Don't you see that the country is in trouble?
So they come in, they cut away, they mine your minerals, without license. They arm your people, give them weapons to protect them so that they can do the mining. Then helicopters come, pick up the things, and they fly away in a country. Planes will land on a road, on a main road. They land, they take off. This is your air border. Where is Nama? You look at your land borders, porous. Your air, porous, sea, porous. And this is supposed to be a country. And we're saying, and people are coming and saying that things are going well. This man is trying. But if you look at all the successive governments that you have had, from Second Republic, this is the worst. That is the truth. This is the worst in all ramifications. Worst. You say you are giving student loan. Why are your children not staying in Nigeria to take student loan? Why are they all abroad? Weakest student, they graduated the other time. Amidst student graduated the other time. The one that is your this thing in chief, is at least some of his children are here. You are buying houses openly. You have a house in Paris, if not houses. You have in the UK and some other places that we don't know. You don't receive medical treatment in Nigeria. All of them, they go UK. So all these years, they cannot do just one hospital. One. Not even the one in Abuja. And you say things are going, and that things are doing, now we're doing well. So I don't, when people, so it's clear that this is not the path that we would go if you're honest to yourself. And therefore, now vote. And they know that if you go to vote, if people insist and ensure that there is voting in 2000 and next year, they know they're going to lose. And they are prepared all the while, buying over governors, buying over senators, because they know. And still, the question you would ask is, why are they G3? Why are you seeing this level of criminality, this level of bigotry, this level, of brigandage in the country?
Because nobody wants them, TY. Nobody wants them anymore. If you run as a president tomorrow in a free and fair election, you will defeat Tinubu before 12 o'clock. I'm telling you now, you will defeat him. It doesn't matter how much pressure checks I had. I'm saying you will beat him before 12 o'clock. It's not anybody can. This man, nobody wants him. Your questions are answered. Nobody wants him. And you echoed my point last time. I said that pressure said, no. This is the worst president ever in the history of our nation. He is. If anyone can tell me who is worse than Tinubu, 5,000 pounds. Yes, he is the worst president Nigeria has ever had. Things have never been this bad. I cannot go to my village because of this evil man. Yes, for years, people don't live in my home. He is the worst. So carry on, my brother. I'm hearing. I'm listening to you. Carry on.
Yeah. So I don't agree with those who have said no, stay away, don't go and vote. No, you just give it to them on the platter of gold. I believe that you have to do your duty. They are afraid of you. They are spreading this news, of intimidation, of the fact that they have won. There's no. If they're sure they're going to win. The question is, why do you see this level of intimidation, this level of attacks? Look at Osun, a small place. 30 people have already been killed, if not more. For what? And I looked at the debate.
It's actually scary what's happening in Osun State, and it scares me if we can have about 40 deaths so far in Osun State. That means for the national election, if we reach 1 million, we could die.
No, it feels normal, pressure. Do you understand that it feels normal?
It's crazy.
And nobody has been arrested. Nobody has been picked out, arrested. It's only one side that is being picked up.
It feels normal.
I looked at the debates, the quality of the debates, and I just felt sorry.
There was nothing
I just
to talk
felt
about.
sorry for Nigeria.
No, I felt sorry.
Because
I was
left to me, none of them is qualified to be to
goodness.
Not one person.
I'm gonna shut up now because
including the incumbent. Not one. But I was looking at what are you going to do for your people, or what have you done? And I was looking at the level of this
bulldozer.
I shook my head. I'm a bulldozer. And tell stories up and down, so on and so forth. I didn't see anybody sitting down articulating a view to say, listen.
No substance.
Yes, no substance, nothing. Hollow. He was just a town hall different from Balablu.
Bulaba.
There's nothing there. Nothing there. Even the governor could not even sit down to say, this is what I've done. This is what I've done. These are the things I intend to do. Story. Jackson, I'm disappointed in you, honestly, Jackson. I'm very, very disappointed in you.
No, in a city of blind people, a man with one eye is always the king. So he was the best of the bunch. The governor, the sitting governor, was actually, if you have to pick somebody, he was best of the worst, right? Best of the worst. But that debate kind of told me where we are today, and I keep making this point. One day we will have gang of thieves being leaders, where the big good people will be at the bottom. So it doesn't.
Have you forgotten? I cannot tell you what I'm going to do now. Others will copy me. When we come back for the next debate,
the president
I will tell you what I want to do.
The president himself has not been presidential these past few days or weeks. First of all, from saying that he's going to wrestle people down, I don't expect that kind of a thing.
He has not been presidential from day one. He snatched it, he grabbed it. So he hasn't been presidential. The kettle can't call the pot black.
I don't know those who are advising him. Who
but
should
you should remember he's the one playing the drum behind the scene.
So just to end, somebody is saying here, is posting here, Iroko or something that I said there's no Islamization. We're not discussing Islamization here. That's not what we're discussing. I've made my views very clear. So I'm not interested in all that jargon that you're talking about. You want to draw me into religious politics, which is part of what
I'm not interested either.
I'm not interested in that jargon, okay, Iroko? I'm not interested in it.
I made my point and I leave it there.
Yes. So what I'm saying is that there is an issue that is facing us. We have a leadership problem.
We have a leadership problem. That's where we stand.
And some of the things that are happening today is because we have an incompetent leadership.
Yes.
First of all. Now, you can also blame the followership, but if you have a leader that will straighten people up, a leader, if you go to the management and you go to the definition of a leader, he influences people to do, move people to attain his vision, his goal. And he involves people to do that. He can't do it alone. What you see here is, unfortunately, you just have a demigod who is ready to do anything by hook or crook because he's sitting on some wealth that whose source we can't explain.
Everything is fair in politics.
Yes. So we need, if we have to move this country forward, we need to sit down. This opportunity might well be our last opportunity. Go and vote. If you think that this what is happening now in our country is good for you, vote yes for it. But if you think that this is not the way we will go, okay, go out there and vote according to your conscience. That's what I will say to people. Otherwise, you see this place where they go, we're near a pit. We're just near a pit. We are near a pit. Because what we are seeing now, we accuse this person of being clueless or being rudderless and so on. The ship of state is steering and there is no pilot. So we're going to hit a storm. And when it happens, they are not the people who are going to suffer because a lot of them have aircraft. They have houses. Some of them, their children are outside this country.
Obi
they have
already
start money.
Say we are
They have
in
start money.
this is a
So,
Titan ship where the thing is sinking while the other people are upstairs dancing.
Yes, Titanic, dancing and the warning has been going there. All the things we are seeing now is warning. Is warning. You where they collect rice, where they collect this and you think that's your limited vision. You where they support people because of ethnicity. You where they support this thing because of religion. You that cannot stand for truth. But when you go inside your house, you know that is a lie. You'll be looking for people who will send you money. You'll be begging for money here and there.
TY, rice is
Listen.
finished. They've run out of rice. Now they've started distributing wives. So if you're collecting rice, if you collected rice in the past, and now that rice is finished, they will distribute you as a wife to somebody. That's what APC can do. So nothing, anything goes. In 2027, these guys are willing to give anything to get power, to regain power. So let's see. If you're collecting rice, be ready to, to be given away as a wife or husband. I don't know what they're going to come up with. Now wives is in distribution. Maybe that's going to go around the whole APC states. We will see. We're watching this. We're watching the space. But it's a shameful situation.
And in closing, Iroko, you can come up to the platform. Let's see your face. Come over here, and let's have a talk. You come over here and stop posting that stupid thing that you're posting. If you are truly an Iroko, come over here and let us talk. You are just, I don't want to be rude to you, but if you continue to post that nonsense that you're posting, I bet you I can tell you that you are an idiot for posting nonsense, for reasoning with your anus instead of being intellectually minded. This is
why are you paying attention to those people? These they don't pay attention. You just carry on, ignore them. I had what? There's one of them. They're there. They're entitled to the opinion. Just
the
ignore
best thing this APC data boys do is to be on the comment section and be ranting. They can't come to the platform and tell us.
I think the Barrys can I excuse someone? The Barry said he wants to join and clear the air about something about the primaries. I don't know.
No problem. I will be listening.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. S. I appreciate you.
Precious, I just want to thank you. I think what we need to do is I'm not from Osun. Otherwise, I would have said to Osun, I served there. And it was nice for me. I had a good experience there. But
sorry, one second, sir. Let me quickly tell. I want to believe that that's the Barrys. The Barrys, you can quickly join now. Mr. Essie has excused himself for you, so please join in. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so I want to say to Osun people, don't tear down your state. because of one person or somebody that you don't even know. Anybody sends you to go and kill someone, say no. Let them send their own kids to go out there to go out there and harm themselves. Say no. If they give you rice, say no, or you can take it. If you are hungry, take it. But vote your conscience, because you have to look beyond today. Look at tomorrow. All this nonsense they are doing, the politicians are using innocent people, people who don't know their left from their right, deceiving them, using all kinds of instruments, that are emotional and so on and so forth, to drag you into something that doesn't concern you. This is a quarrel between them. They know what they're fighting for. It's not about you.
Tiwa, just a quick question, please, to you. In that Osun State, are there no intellectuals in that state, like people who knows what to do that are full of ideas? Because you know why I'm asking you? Because that debate that I watch during that debate, I think I watched that debate again, try to understand what those people were saying in that so-called town hall meeting or whatever, of which, because everything that was there, I didn't see anything that is focused on the people, that once you elect us, this is what we will do for you. This is how we would do. This is what we will do to lift you people out of poverty, to create things, to make things okay, to make the state. I didn't really see anything of such. So that is why I'm asking you. Are there no, because I've never really heard, or apart from this Davido, Adeleke, and these other people now that are fighting, are there no people, because you should know more. You've been to the state, like you say, you serve on the state. You know more. Are there no people like that?
Yeah, there are. There are. I agree with you. The debate from me, I listened to it. It was hollow. I didn't see anything of substance. But just to say that when you reduce the qualification of people who want to lead you, leadership is critical. In anything that you do, it's critical. Because when you take all the resources, all the resources that you need, whether human, whether land, whether you put them together, it is leadership that organizes them and translates them into palpable reality or materiality in a way that it will benefit the people. So if you have all those resources and endowments that God has given to you, and that's a problem that we have in Africa, and then you go and put somebody who is just school start attempted. And I don't mean to denigrate anybody. There are people who, there are people, I mean, I'm not saying that, if you are not necessarily formally educated, that you can't think or you can't reason. But there's a level of this thing that you need to be able to understand concepts, interpret them, and apply some of those things. You need it. Yes, you are going to employ people, but eventually, when they come, they're going to make submissions to you, and you're going to, based on what your advice, you're going to take a position. So if you don't have that kind of depth, if you don't have that level of education that enables you to be able to decipher and to take decisions, and to say no to this one and to say yes, then what kind of thing is garbage in, garbage out? So that's why you find out that in places where or Osun State, where you have highly intelligent, educated people, the people who are coming to lead them are mediocres, and it's all over in our country, which is sad, because you have a president. We're still talking. There's issue now ongoing about who he is, what is his identity, where did he school, and so on and so forth. And those are not issues for Nigerians. They didn't see that is a particular issue, because leadership is critical. So let me leave it there, because I think I've spoken to the Barrys so that the Barrys will come in. So the problem is with us, and we only us can fix it.
And also we have a leadership system that is not criticizable by their subjects. Their subjects can't criticize them. So even if you are so intelligent, as a professor, you're on the cabinet and your principal does not have a school cert, you can't criticize. You just play along and believe that whatever he says is right. And that's why somebody will go in and come out and tell me that he's the most intelligent person among the people contesting for president. That's what you get in this kind of society. They are not criticizable. Only few people can stand up to them. You saw what happened to the last finance minister.
All right, I was expecting the barrister joining and clear the air on what he wanted to clear the air about, but unfortunately he didn't join in. We've done about 3 hours now on the show. Come on, I've tried. Thank you so much, everyone. I'd love to say a big thank you to all of you for joining in on the show tonight. You know, it's always a pleasure to have us discuss issues around our country. Election is drawing close, and I hope that all of us we do beyond the talk, and we don't start to walk the talk for our different communities, our different areas, the little way we can. And just because you're in the diaspora does not mean that you cannot participate actively. You can, by ensuring that you do something in your home front, in your locality where you used to stay when you were in Nigeria, whether it's in your village or at the town where you used to live, around your hood those days. All of us come from somewhere. So you guys can do something. And it's not something that we should procrastinate about. It has to start now, because reshaping and shaping people's mind must start now. And it's something that you have to do a follow-up on till the day of the election. So I'm begging all of us in the diaspora and those in Nigeria, I beg, make we try. If now one person will try convert and do the right thing to make sure say we'll convince that person to vote right, that one vote go a long way. That person fit also end up converting another person and another person and another person. We must ensure that we get it right. We don't have any other option. So I do hope that we all can get into that as fast as we can and as soon as we can to ensure that that happens. Thank you so much, Mr. CJ, for always antagonizing me and kicking me. It's okay, no problem. Mr. Ken, I appreciate you, sir.
Precious, my sister, I love you, Precious. Don't worry about it. Just chill.
No worry.
You can
don't
take the bullet.
keep your love. Keep your love. I don't love me. Don't love me.
Madam Precious, when are we getting our rice?
Oh God, she said, "When are we getting?" You just threw me off balance. I wasn't expecting.
I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one attacking
coming.
you, Precious. You see,
I know Mr. Ken too, and they pay me pass because Mr. Ken is my Prakot guy. Now my Prakot guy, I didn't do me like this.
Precious,
when are we getting our rice?
Precious, you know what? If you want to free yourself from these people, just return the Rolls Royce when we can give you. Just return and so you
can. So say I see Rolls Royce drive now. Should be for good fast now. I don't see Rolls Royce.
TY has let the cat out of the bag. TY has let the cat out of the bag. You see, now
I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. So CJ, like I announced yesterday, that we'll be needing some equipment to enable us on embark on the election coverage that we have in mind. I've sent the list to TY Danjuma, and I'm sure he may pass it across to some of you who are interested in helping. Anything that you can, so that we can get the assistance we can, to do the job and make it happen.
You bring the conversation on board when we meet, right? So okay. Okay. Cool. Excellent.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Hello. Thank you.
No problem, Precious. Thank you as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Hello is the only innocent person. He doesn't attack Precious.
This one. Hey. Hello.
Precious, I know that now you they attack me. You know that you they attack me. How they look to you know say I be gentleman.
You
I know say I be gentleman. So somebody they can bear me weakness. Now me I know they attack you. Now you they attack me now.
If you're gentle, then Wike is a dove.
Really?
My uncle Wike with my foot.
Really?
Make her own the sisterhood. My uncle Wike is a dove. If you're gentle,
as the woman leader of Rainbow Coalition.
I'm happy now. So I say the problem is they can bear me weakness now. Now you they attack me. Me and you know say me I know the attack. I know they.
Let us hail the woman leader of Rainbow Coalition.
I'm a gentleman. I'm not my business. But when I need to talk, I talk.
I agree. This Rainbow Coalition where they make me woman leader, where they never give me office yet. No wahala.
Precious, make I ask you before you go. Which party you did? Because they draw you. I don't know. We know you as an APC person, but sometimes you will behave like say you did NDC. You like say you did APC. Which one?
Rainbow Coalition.
And you have so many uncles. Which one? Now I don't hear say Bayelsa, Siraki, this and your uncle too. Where you did?
Now Rainbow Coalition.
Like saying I me originally started that Rainbow Coalition. And my past, my uncle here I'm from.
Okay. Before we go, may I quick throw one question in here, please? So this, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Abu Qatar. I've been to because I go UAE where.
Because I don't see them say that they operate that Sharia law. Maybe I never really put here for grant. So if these countries not really there on those Sharia laws and all that, where Nigerians foresee that Sharia law, how it take come about? The kind of draconian, how it take come about,
Hello.
I beg.
Hello,
Yeah, I
hello.
hear you.
Hello. There are things that you cannot do in Dubai. There are things that you cannot
Sure,
do
sure,
in
I know.
United Arab Emirates. You know,
I know.
so they is an Islamic this thing, but you know they are liberal.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
yes, a lot of these Islamic states are becoming very, very liberal.
They're very
You know, even Saudi-
intolerant. They're even very intolerant to
Because
extremism
they
now.
go that UAE where, but I never waiting that they hear for Nigeria say, see. I never see and there's this and they go there.
Okay.
That is why I say make I ask. Maybe I don't know.
Mr. Elo,
I can hear you.
In Saudi Arabia, you cannot do some things in Mecca, but you can do some things in
I've not been to Saudi
Jeddah.
Arabia. I've not been there, so I don't really.
I've been
That's why I
there.
don't
That's
really
what I'm
talk about
telling
Saudi
you. I've been
Arabia.
there. I live there. In Mecca is very strict. Medina very strict. But when you are in Jeddah and Riyadh is a liberal state. They have nightclubs over there. They are, allow some liberal things to go on. Even some embassies operate churches. But you can't do it in Mecca. You can't do it in Medina and some of those states where they designate as their religious sites. So our own taking up religion in Nigeria as Sharia is doing it the opposite way, using it to oppress the poor of the poor. Over there, they make it known. Like when you get to Jeddah, you come in with your normal clothes, you can do everything, you see women walking around. But if you have to go into Mecca, then you have to change into the normal religious clothes, and then you can't see women open their faces except they are visitors. The Saudi Arabian women will not open their faces. Most of them are covered, but the visitors are, you can see them walk around. Bahrain and all those people without covering their face, but you can't do that. Like in Riyadh, everybody walks everywhere. It's free, but they still have some of those laws guiding them. But they allow because they know those are the cities they designate for visitors. But our own here, they don't want to drink beer, but they are collecting VAT on beer to develop their state.
Huh. Because if you guys know what is going on in UAE now, it's like all the big men that make things happen in all over the world, they are all in UAE now. All of them, everybody's relocating to UAE.
Oh, but that's simply because of their tax laws.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
and everything
exactly.
is just everybody comes in, do your business.
You know go where you know go where you know go pay taxes.
Do your business, do everything. Even their schools,
Madam Precious, the other day Anthony Joshua fought. They took how many millions from him in UK? Now he went back to
in the
Dubai
US,
and
he
fought.
paid millions in tax. Even the last fight he fought in US, when you calculated the money, they took almost about $40 million away from his money. The money that he was supposed to be giving.
Yes, but the last fight in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia, was tax-free. He got all
nothing.
the kobo. So that's what it is. It's their tax haven that is good.
That's actually a tactic to attract people, and they're winning with it.
Yeah, that's what it is. I've been to Abu Dhabi, which is the capital of UAE, and when we landed at the airport, beautiful place, it's just normal. It's like an European country.
You see the airport, you see the way the airport is. When you see
yes. It's like an European country. You see everybody is this extremism. People know that the benefit. It doesn't benefit people. It doesn't benefit any country. So they are modernizing. Why they drive motor now? Why they not they go use donkey? Why yes now? Why therefore they use donkey now?
Let's not waste our time. If extremism happens when there's bad leadership, right? It all boils down to bad leadership. In a country where the leadership system functions, everybody is allowed to thrive. Whether you're Christian, you're Muslim, you're Hindu, whatever you are, everybody's allowed to go about their business peacefully and live together and work together and harmoniously. But in a country where it's divide and rule, snatch and grab, right? They have to weaponize one side of they can, whoever they can use. They make them feel like we against them. That's the only way they win election. That's the only way they win it. Everything you're saying here is tactical. So let's not try and compare and contrast with it where countries where they've got better leadership, even if they are Muslim countries. What about Burkina Faso? Well, when he took over power, but he rejected some of these nonsense Sharia laws and all these sort of things. So look, we are Nigerians by and large. We are who we are, and we know what we are. We've got to do what we've got to do to change, to become what we want to be. And that's the conversations we will carry on having. So we will let APC woman leader, Wike's sister.
CJ, please. I will plead on her behalf. Stop calling her APC woman leader. She's not. Please. I will plead that because that name irritates my head. I don't know. No, I don't want to be feeling what I'm feeling when you mention that APC.
Listen to my brother TY. TY said they gave her Rolls Royce.
You guys can use other things, but that APC stuff.
Don't use APC. Use Rainbow Coalition.
Don't use that again, please. It irritates, please.
Madam Precious is the Rainbow Coalition women leader.
We have to let her go. We have to
let her go, please.
She can't fight it. She's not denying it. She's a bit like Tinubu. She can't deny, neither defend. Right? She was blah blah, blue blah. So she can't defend it. She's just
now our mama be that too. We know get another one. Now our mama be that too.
I cannot wait for 2027 election to finish. I go take all of them to court one by one. After 2027 election, everybody will don't call me name will not belong to me. I go take all of them to court. Well, let's just wait after the election.
We have to be careful.
It's AI. It's AI.
And I pray that people should be careful if I don't become the Chief Justice of Nigeria by that time.
It's AI, Madam Precious. It's AI.
You will see what will happen.
It's AI.
You see what we're saying?
Thank you very much, Precious. You got to go.
Have a wonderful, good evening.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you again.
Thank you.
So tomorrow is that day. Dr. Kat joins us tomorrow, hopefully, and we hope.
When are you starting tomorrow? Are you starting early?
It is not me that is always starting. It is Dr. Kachu. So anytime I do,
because we have questions for Dr. Kach in the light of the things that don't happen.
We do.
Okay.
And Precious, are you able to get Rufai on
your
your
want to try on this show?
Please, Rufai, please.
Why?
I love Rufai. I like that guy, honestly, because that guy is straight and blunt. That's the only.
Let me see if he can.
And again, Precious, let me ask you this question. Why is it that Nigeria lack investigative journalists? Nigeria lack those kind of
the ones
people.
who don't do the investigation finish, where they did they do them.
No, wait.
Like people,
let wait. Don't quote me wrong. No, don't quote me wrong. What I mean is that it seems that Nigeria do not have much of those kind of people, those investigative journalists.
And they are doing their journalism work. They are doing their work the way they can.
There's this one in
and
the
if
US.
they kill them, who will stand for them?
I don't want to say anything further.
In most countries, investigative journalists are always
behind the scene.
Now they're always very fragile and behind the scene. It's not something
that's what I'm saying,
because it's like you're deliberately stepping on toes. Digging holes where you should.
So because that is what I believe.
You go hurt people.
Yeah, because I believe to be seeing more of that, especially this, because those are the people that wage secret war behind the scene for the public, for the public, which we do not see.
Hello. Shebi, you dey Canada. I beg, start. I'll fit teach you journalism. I fit mentor you on investigative journalism. You start for Canada, yeah.
Yes. I get my business. It will take a lot of my time. I get business that I deal with. I get a lot of business that I deal with. So if I can't add that one,
join, you so that you start
the workload go too much. It go too much. If I can't add that one join, the workload go too much.
I beg now.
It go too much. So I get my career already. I get my career, which is very important to me, which I love. So I don't want to add that one. I can't join loads again.
Let her go.
I will. Thank you very much. Precious, say we love you. We really appreciate you, especially this platform as well, where you create as well. We appreciate them as well, and we love you. We thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Nothing
you so much.
personal, Precious. Whatever we say, you understand. You know how it is.
DJ, don't worry about your own. Me and you, Matana village meeting will settle down. So not even me. I'm be say town hall meeting.
Madam Precious, anything I said is AI. It's not me. It's AI.
Don't worry.
No, when they do bad things for Nigeria now, after they don't catch them, they will say that AI. You don't say they are taking the country for a joke.
If you massage woman now, AI.
Precious, everything I said on this platform is AI. It wasn't
you should come and be going. Bye bye. No, bye yo. Bye. Come and be going, everybody. All right. I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone before they put me into trouble. I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's always joining the platform. It's a pleasure. Another beautiful day of discussing matter we get to do with our country, Nigeria. Let's make this happen again tomorrow evening, God willing. And hopefully we start a bit early tomorrow so that Dr. Catch you can ask your questions to Dr. Catch. Remember, I love you guys and I appreciate you always and always. But please protect your mental health because you are very important to me. So please ensure you protect your mental health because if you look what matter they happen for Nigeria, if you run, you're not. So please, just so that you could remain alive and think of tomorrow, please protect your mental health. I love you. Good night and God bless you. Bye.